Oh my god, hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Kate and Dark Rubber Ducky and Wheelie and Oceana, good evening. Sasha, Elle, Lily, hello. Fabulous to see you today. Jennifer, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, Nat, Lottie, James. Good evening, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, a good evening, or good night, depending on where you are on this beautiful planet. Thank you so much for joining for yet another ad hoc live stream. Hey! Howdy, y'all. You appreciate the troll crying in the thumbnail, Dark Rubber Ducky? Well, I can't lay claim to that that wonderful thumbnail. That is the YouTube algorithm. That's a deep cut for Ambi fans. Because don't you know that Amber doesn't choose the thumbnails. So, hope you're all having a great week. Lovely to see you. Hi. So today, we're going to be reacting to somebody different. Miss Kentucky herself, Amberlynn Reid. I have no other names for her, because she's always been Amberlynn Reid, right? Oh, Amber Reid. Wait, it was Amber Reid for a hot minute there when there was an issue with potential adult entertainment / content creation. Anyway, we're going to be reacting to 3 pieces of content today. Well, more than likely 2, but I really just wanted to reference the sausage fest. So we're going to start with why I haven't been losing weight and can't use capitalization in my words. New diagnosis, new diet, new way in 2 words? 1 word? Hyphenated word? Who cares? Then we're going to move on to the 57-minute mega mix of nikocado caused me to get hate getting back with my ex and meeting Faline. And then I truly did want to reference the iconic Mukbang Sausage Fest, which is one of Ambi's highest viewed YouTube videos, just in case you haven't seen it. Highly recommend it. It specifically came to mind because there's a lot of talk in Ambi's modern content, like the last day, right? The last 24 hours, about her recommendations of her doctor's recommendations. Her new doctor that she's found, who is a lymphedema and lipedema specialist. That word's going to come up a lot. Not specialist, lipedema. And the recommendation has generally... Hi, this is a summary, by the way. Recommendation is low carb, essentially keto. So we're going to have some conversations about that. But anyway, it's fine. If the YouTubers we watch anything to go by caps lock is all or nothing, I agree, Lottie. It's either all lowercase or all uppercase. There is no sensibility in between. What, megamix was the appropriate word? Elle, I think so. Rebecca, hello, good morning. Tipsy, good to see you. Adele, hello. Yeah, so we're going to get into it. Hi, my name's Zach. Lovely to meet you if you're new, and thank you very much for returning if you are coming back. I'm not a mental or physical health care professional. Just a guy who lost some weight, talks about foodie beauty and Amberlynn Reid. Amberlynn Reid. Not today. Also not here to bullshit, harass, or humiliate. Literally here to talk about the produced and monetized content that we see here on this platform, because it's all about choices. Choices about the words coming out of our mouths. Choices about what we put in the internet. Choices. So yeah, I feel like I haven't reacted to Amber in a while. I think that feeling is primarily because I've kind of been tacking Ambi's content onto foodies content. And short foodie update today. There were no live streams. There was no recorded content. She made a recording over on Instagram, uploaded a couple of members-only posts that we don't talk about, and essentially was radio silent. So that's fine. I had the night off tonight, so I thought, hey, got to cover something. It was either video games or Ambi. And I do kind of like catching up with Ambi, especially when we're talking about health and diet and stuff, because that's all stuff that I can relate to. Again, for those of you who are new, I do say it in my spiel, my disclaimer, at the start every time. I lost a significant amount of weight on a very restricted calorie diet. Don't necessarily recommend doing it ad hoc. Highly recommend speaking to your healthcare professionals about all of that stuff. But my carb limit was between 50 and 20 grams, depending on my mood, depending on a lot of things. Anyway, I had to relearn a lot about myself and how to eat and all of that stuff, just in case you knew. Sadie, hello, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Sadie said, baking up a storm for my kids' school, watching a Pulpy live. Today's going to be a good day. It's going to be a great day, Sadie. That sounds like an amazing day. Thank you very much for your support and your generosity. I appreciate it. I hope the baking goes well. I know that everybody at school will love it. Gonna do great. Thanks for the support, mate. I appreciate it. Okay, so are we all lined up? You like the blue shirt, Jennifer? I didn't realize how blue, like, this is blue. This is a blue shirt. I often say that I don't appreciate wearing too much, like, navy, especially button shirts, because I often find that that's kind of like the go-to for the plus XL sizes, you know, and I got kind of bored with it. Then when I lost some of the weight, I was like, oh, I'm just going to wear colourful things. And then this is a very blue shirt. You're right. Cool. So that's all been said. We should probably line up the things. I'm also mostly on time today, which is good. Oh, I've missed everyone. Mostly on time today, which is good. I have several beverages here today, which is excellent. I have a soda stream and I have an Irish breakfast tea. Hopefully you've got something going on while you're listening in on these shenanigans, which is more productive than nothing. I hope you're doing something. And if you're not, I hope you're practicing some self-care and taking care of yourself. That's what I hope. Gotta pin the thing. Pack, lovely to see you today. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're well, and I hope you're ready for over an hour of Miss Kentucky herself. Pin the thing. Or should we be calling her Bambi now? No, Ambi. Ambi and Faline, match made in Kentucky. All right, so because that's where she lives. So actually, to be fair, someone requested I stop calling her Miss Kentucky because they were from Kentucky, and they were like, she doesn't represent us, and I was like, okay, fair enough. It's just a habit. I'll do better, be better about that. Okay, cool. We're going to go on 1.5 times speed. We're going to watch the most recent piece of content, and here it is. Is it cerulean blue? It does feel very cerulean, doesn't it, Ham Hat? Yes. Yes, it does. Florals for spring. Groundbreaking. Thank you for being here. Hi. And hello, Furball. Good to see you. Okay, so I see that sarcasm, Pack. Yes. Good morning, Fave. Hello. Right, we're going to get into it. Hopefully this works. Please work. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. It did work. Excellent. We've got headphones. Polter, lovely to see you. Hello, good morning. Oh, it's freezing, is it? It's heating up down here. It is summer vibes in the middle of spring. It is not great. Oh, really, Oceana? Shout out to Indy. Happy birthday, Indy. I understand Indy's also on holiday, taking beautiful snapshots over on Twitter that I've been seeing. Cornwall? UK Cornwall. Yeah. Happy birthday, Indy. I see that, Indy. Hello. And who, lovely to see you. That's okay. I didn't realize it was you because you changed your name. All right, we're going to watch the thing. We're going to watch the thing at 1.5 times speed because it's Ambi.
Welcome to a new video. So today is going to be me updating you because I saw the lymphedema specialist. I found out something kind of shocking that I was...
It's not shocking. Look, I'm not trying to be rude, and I have been called a rude dude, and I get it. This whole conversation of what's going on with Amberlynn Reid has been, since I began watching Ambi, there have been people talking about Amber's health. There has been Amber talking about Amber's health, and I understand none of us are really professionals in the way that she is not no one's patient, right? But at the end of the day, I think that every talking point about Amber's health has been made at some point by somebody. And that's not to say that she needs to listen to anybody, but I think if it comes down to, hey, I've had this lived experience and it kind of sounds like something similar that I've been through, and maybe you should speak to your healthcare team about this one thing, maybe follow up with the professionals about the one thing that you presume about yourself, which Ambi will talk about shortly. It is, Angela. It's very warm. We've got the AC on today. Very, very warm.
Not expecting.
Oh, one, I do forget. I have to enjoy this content. Yes, hold on. This is great.
We're gonna have a little what I ate today moment mixed with
fabulous. Love that for us.
A little weight loss
morning
update.
Mysterious.
So it's gonna be a mixture of a lot of things. So let's get into it.
See, Oceana, I kind of agree. That's the thing. It's so weird to me that the last 2 weeks worth of content, maybe more, maybe 3 weeks, has purely come about because of a tippy tumble off a sidewalk. Just think, chat, and I'm here for a health arc. Take me on that gurney. But the fact of the matter is, all of this kicked off. That's a stupid pun. Because of the dangle foot. It all kicked off because Amber misstepped on a sidewalk. And all of a sudden, we've got nodules on our lungs. We've got confirmed lipedema. And all of this stuff. And all of this stuff just happened to happen at the same time. It's weird. Coincidental, perhaps we'll call it. Coincidental. Annie with an L, good morning. I hope you have some coffee. Thank you very much for the support as always. Annie says, good morning. Check the P.O. box. Oh, I got to check the P.O. box? Okay, I will check the P.O. box. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate it. I can't wait for my very own box mountain. It's building. Slowly, it's building. Yeah, Lily. So we'll get into it as we talk, but I guess in the summary, she went to a lipedema and lipedema specialist. Lipedema and lymphedema specialist. I will get the phrases correct because even she doesn't. That's a whole talking point by itself. Lipedema and lymphedema. But she talks up the lipedema, and it's only a small, just an itty bitty bit of lymphedema, which is a little bit confusing because even for me, a layperson, I kind of, as soon as she started talking about this, I was just like, okay, let me look up some like YouTube videos, let me read some articles, like let me try to understand the key differences about it all. And it kind of, like for my brain, it kind of makes sense. Lipedema is still generally a little bit unknown, a lot more common in individuals who are assigned female at birth, kind of a weight, like a water retention and weight holding issue from the waist down specifically, and sometimes on the upper arms, whereas lymphedema is specifically connected to your lymph nodes and blockages on the, like in the lymphatic system, which cause swelling, retention, blah, blah, blah. By the way, not a professional. Please don't listen to anything that I say in regards to health, but that is just my layperson general understanding of the shenanigans of the body. Right. But the thing is, lipedema can lead to lymphedema, where blockages in the lymphatic system are happening because of the retention of thing. And then I went down a whole rabbit hole. I was watching something on Fox News, which I don't recommend. I was watching something on Fox. They were interviewing some doctor in Michigan. Was it Michigan? Minnesota? Maybe it was Minnesota. It was one of the two. It started with M. And he was Dr. So-and-so of the lipo and vein clinic or something, and he was talking about lipedema, and he had one of his patients next to him, and he had said, you know, there's these kind of non-invasive things that you can do, like massages and blah, blah, blah. And then he got onto the discussion about liposuction and how it was the removal of, what was the phrase he used? It was really specific. It was like the removal of removal of something flesh. It was a very specific term, and I was just like, oh, that's really interesting, because we're talking about flesh, not just liquid. Flesh is not a liquid, from what I understand. Anyway, tangent over, back to Amby. Amby, hey Haz, good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
So first I want to start with the whole lymphedema thing. So very short backstory. In 2019,
Rebecca, it's true. That is more information than all of Amby chooses to gift in her content. That's true. But that's the thing. Like, the human body's really interesting. And even as someone who's not a professional, who just kind of wants to have a general understanding of all of these things that people talk about, it's like context and information matter. And I just want to kind of know. I'm nosy.
Started forming this big fluid.
Dr. So-and-so.
Like-ness on my leg. I don't really know how to explain it.
I don't think it was necrotic. No. It wasn't necrotic. It was like infected, I think the phrase was.
I diagnosed myself with lymphedema, and then whenever I would see...
Which, things you shouldn't do, diagnose yourself. Things you also shouldn't do, listen to people who just, like, chat shit on the internet about diagnoses. Don't do it. Go and see your healthcare professionals. Talk to people. Also, never assume. Don't just rock up into the ER and be like, hi, I've got lymphedema, because, like... My general understanding of the emergency room or urgent care is that those people are just trying to, like, save the current situation. Lymphedema might impact all of that conversation, but they're definitely not, like, in the ER. Again, remember that Amby is kind of the individual who utilized the ER and urgent care for a very long time in place of her primary healthcare physician. I'm assuming people in the ER are just going to take you at your word that you have lymphedema and not kind of investigate that further, because that's not what they're there for. Oops, sexy bots? Did we have sexy bots? We did.
a doctor and I would say, yeah, I have lymphedema, and they'd look at it and they wouldn't like say, oh no, that's not lymphedema. Like they would never.
Did you actually go and see a doctor, or was it just the ER? Because like your history of visiting like GPs is pretty sketch.
Never like say that's not what that is. They would just like go with it. But I never actually saw a lymphedema specialist or a doctor that knew much about lymphedema. I never did.
WebMD syntax. That's me, Hawaiian.
Until recently. Oh my gosh, I finally did it. I prolonged it for long enough. I was just really nervous to go for some reason. I'm massively embarrassed and ashamed.
Yeah, I mean, it happens to a lot of us. But that's why I always say, you know, at some point in time, you're going to have to put your big person pants on and go in and speak to professionals because they're there to help you, not judge you.
Because I don't like showing my legs, and I knew that was going to be obviously a big portion of this visit is a lot of look and poke and prodding and stuff like that.
Look and poke and prodding.
So I finally said, I am trying to get my health together. Like, it's been about a year now that I have been following doctor's instructions. I have been advocating for myself, and
a year? Has it? Okay.
Losing weight and just really trying to better myself. And it just feels like all this time that I should have been doing it my whole life, especially my adulthood life.
I mean, look, you can't even argue that not having done it your entire adult life. But the fact of the matter is, like, Amby has sat here raging at her audience for telling her that she should go to a doctor, that she needs to treat her health seriously, that she needs to speak to professionals. Who are we? Who are we to, you know, try to tell Amby what to do? Well, turns out you maybe should have, like, I don't know, listened to criticism and advice, taken a little bit of it on board, spoken to professionals. And I don't think it's that large of a, like, a call to say, like, you know what, I don't have a great relationship with my audience, but a lot of my audience members are telling me, yeah, I probably should go and speak to a doctor. Maybe I should go and do that. No, instead I will just get mad at them.
I have prolonged so many things that in this last year it just felt super overwhelming. But if it's like, if I wouldn't have prolonged all these things, then I know...
Oh yeah, Elle, I will have that conversation when we get there.
This last year wouldn't have been so overwhelming, if that makes sense. So I want to say that this lymphedema specialist is more than that. She also is a specialist in lipedema.
Lipedema.
Lipedema?
Lipedema. Say it with me, chat. Lipedema.
Don't really know how to pronounce it very well, but I need to learn. And
I find this also really weird because if you're having a conversation with a doctor, you'd think that they would pronounce the thing that you've got to, like, communicate with you, that they're giving you a diagnosis. And you'd think if you're an individual who were really intent on listening and communicating with your healthcare professional, which we will get into in that 1 hour blame-a-thon, that you would understand how to pronounce it. Lipedema. Yeah, lipedema.
I don't know why. She has been a specialist for over 30 years.
Lipedema. I see you, Elle.
So her knowledge was mind-blowing. This appointment was 2 hours long. And as soon as she saw me, even before I took my pants off, she knew exactly what it was. And then I had to obviously take off my clothing, and she really saw. I do have a little bit of lymphedema. I do. But what I'm actually experiencing is lipedema. Okay. It is a disease that not a lot of people have, but more people have it than you think.
Like Lily mentioned, it is a very rare thing, and I'd be really interested to see what the diagnosis is. Sorry, not what the diagnosis is. How to diagnose. Visit your doctor if you have symptoms of lipedema. Your doctor will examine the affected areas big call for your doctor to just not have to examine, just look at it. I mean, they are the same thing. I'm just being pedantic. In most cases, this will enable them to determine if you have lipedema or lymphedema or swelling due to other causes. Telling the difference between conditions that have similar signs and symptoms is called differential diagnosis. There you go. Differences between lipedema and lymphedema. Lipedema is a chronic and progressive condition, and it can develop into lymphedema over time. The reason for this is that the build-up of fats affect the ability of your lymphatic system to drain fluid, as I was saying earlier. Cell waste produce products and inflammatory words are hard, Zach. Inflammatory molecules from your tissues. In contrast with those with lipedema, people with lymphedema will find that their feet and or hands are affected. The degree of swelling is not the same if both legs or both arms are affected. One limb is more swollen than the other. The swelling is caused by buildup of fluid in the lymphatic system. If the lymphedema is of short duration, the swollen skin will pit or indent if you press it with a finger. Oh. Pressure leaves a temporary mark on the skin, and there is an increased risk of infection. Well, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be a doctor and diagnose anybody, but we have been on a full health gurney with Amby, and we have spoken about hands and feet and cellulitis and all of those types of things, but we are the health shamers, apparently. not the sensible people who say maybe go and speak to a doctor. But whatever.
It's not something that people just go around knowing. Like, lymphedema is more common and more commonly talked about, but I have lipedema. And
Lipedema. Stop confusing your audience, please.
this shocked me completely.
Stop it, Pat.
But everything she said made sense, and it all came together because ever since I was a little girl, I've always experienced bigger calves and bigger arms. And it's like, no matter what I ate, no matter what I did, like, it was hard for me to lose weight. It was super easy for me to gain.
Okay, and this is my concern. Again, not a professional and not trying to shame, hate, bully, harass, anything like that. But through this entire video, Zach's very cynical brain, all I could hear was Amber having an excuse. And that's not really fair because it's a diagnosis, right? There are ways and means and procedures and methods that Amber will go through to hopefully address lipedema. But having listened to Amber for such a long time, it's really hard for me not to be super cynical and just hear the way that Amber talks about her health. And she has always talked about her health in this way. Is that this thing's wrong with me and that's the reason why, and here are all my not necessarily, like, here's all my reasoning as to why things aren't working. That's really hard to take on when you also have Amber's entire journey with her relationship with food at the same time. So I can understand people's cynicism in this particular piece of content. I understand it. It's a thing that I kind of have to wrestle with as well. It's like, how cynical do I actually feel like being today? Because I've watched a lot of Amber. It's hard.
You guys know that. You guys have seen that. Like, when I was doing my series videos, I was like weighing myself every day, showing you guys what I ate. I'm showing my calories. There was a section where for a couple weeks I was eating below 2,000 calories and I was not losing weight. And you guys were calling me a liar. You guys were saying that I was lying and I was binging off the camera. And I was so frustrated because I was weighing myself daily for that series as well. This isn't just happening during that series. This has happened for years now, that I would be around the same people eating the same things.
I don't know why she decided to blame the people she was surrounded by. Look, don't get me wrong. When I specifically talk about my relationship with food, changing the people that I'm around, my practices, my habits, all of that stuff, it helped immensely. But I never blamed the people that I was around for what I was putting in my face hole. I'm a whole ass adult. I decide what I, shove in my mouth. So, dear Amber, don't blame people around you, at least specifically while you're an adult in terms of your diet. But anyway, Hanny, hello mate, thank you very much for the support in the super chat. That's incredibly kind of you. I hope you're having a great day. Hanny says, my mum developed lymphedema and varicose veins due to physical abuse. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Hanny. During pregnancy, her doctor never mentioned she wouldn't be able to lose weight because of it. I don't know. I might be too cynical. Well, Hanny, look, I don't think you're cynical, and I hope mum's doing okay now. I don't think you're too cynical. I think it's particularly hard if we try with Amber and Foodie, basically anybody on the internet. Everybody's different and everybody's health journey is different as well. So trying to apply the same, personal logic rules to what we see on the internet is always going to be really hard. I think with Amber as well, a lot of the health talk I can't take really seriously. Not seriously, I always take it with a pinch of salt. That's a better way of saying it. Because of the fact that she adamantly has hidden stuff about her health all through her history on the platform. So it's like when she decides to talk about it, it's like, oh, is she actually talking about it 100% to be real? Or is she talking about it at 80% and hiding a whole heap of stuff in the background? So, but thank you very much for the super chat and thank you for your kindness, and I hope everything's going okay. And it's lovely to see you, honey.
And having the same physical activity.
A pinch of garlic salt. I see you, Justa. That's a fabulous joke. You can keep that one. Yes.
And I would either gain weight or stay the same weight while they'd be losing weight or stay in their healthy size. And it just seemed like nobody understood me when I would say I gain weight if I eat 2,400 calories. No one believed me. And I was becoming frustrated with that because it's like... Oh.
This is also hard as well because she's it's just going to be a what's the word? It's going to be a pedantic thing on my end. The discussion about weight loss in my brain is not actually about weighing less. That's not going to make a lot of sense out of context or even in context. the whole argument of like Ambi weighing herself every day has pretty consistently been like, maybe you shouldn't do it, considering here's an entire list of XYZ reasons why that might not be good for you. Particularly in the discussion of fluid retention as well. And I was very, very tempted to call this stream I Discuss Water Weight, but I thought, because it's a little bit more serious, let's ease up on the funnies. Yeah, I don't think it's particularly useful. She probably needs to present better milestones, but now it's the lipedema, and it will always be about the lipedema, but we'll see.
A lot of you don't believe me when I say that I do gain weight.
That's fair, Lily.
By eating that amount. And there was even a section of a time where I was eating like 1,700 calories and I was still gaining weight every single day.
I have a hard time. I'm sorry, I'm cynical, but I do have a very, very hard time to believe Ambi was on a calorie limit of 1,700 and still putting on weight. But that's a lot of fluid, and don't get me wrong, like that, I don't have a doubt that Ambi was potentially carrying around quite a lot of fluid. She does enjoy a high carbohydrate, high salt diet in general, but that's a 1,700. What is it? Ambi's what's it called? What am I trying to think of? TDEE. I was about to just type in Amberlynn Reid TDEE. I don't think that's going to work. I'm pretty sure her TDEE is close to 3,000. Anyway, it's not important. I guess the biggest point is thermodynamics is a thing, I guess. TDEE. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for yelling at me. That's what I'm saying, Rebecca, as well. So Rebecca has a nice note in there saying she's definitely confusing water weight gain with fat gain. She says eating less with the carbs equals gain, but eating more with no carbs is loss. No, that's not actual weight. Exactly. Like, the discussion around, I think, weight gain, weight loss needs to be a little bit more specific in terms of, like, is it fat loss? Is it muscle loss? Is it fluid loss? Whatever. At the end of the day, if Amber comes online and says, oh, well, I lost 2 pounds, it's just like, okay, well, I mean, woohoo, are we celebrating that now? Or is it just because you ate less sodium? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, Faline was doing the same diet as me and losing weight while she's already thin. So it just felt like I was broken. Something was wrong. And I was right. Something is wrong. The number one symptom of lipedema, I know, I'm just bad at pronouncing words, is weight gain. No matter what diets you do,
Hanu asked a good Google question, but how has she lost weight this past year? I don't know, diet and exercise, I'd assume. Like, she's probably in a calorie deficit, I would imagine. That's probably how that's working. I don't know, though.
No matter how low of calories you gain weight, that is the number one symptom. The knowledge was overwhelming in this 2-hour session, which I have another appointment with her next month, which I'm already so excited for because she's teaching me so much and she made me feel so validated. She was like, you have troubles losing weight, don't you? And I was like, yeah. She was like, even eating at a normal amount? And I was like, yeah, it's because of the disease. And it just...
Oh my goodness. This is kind of the vibe I was getting from that Fox special I was telling you that I was reading, where the doctor was essentially insinuating that no one would have an issue with obesity. Let me phrase this correctly. The doctor, Dr. Lipo and Vein Doctor Man, was essentially saying that it's not obesity, it's potentially lipedema. And it's like, okay, that's an interesting spin on the situation type of deal, because if we apply that same kind of logic to what is coming out of Ambi's logic hole, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, we've sat here and watched Ambi talk about binges and talk about days with 6,000 calories and talk about problematic relationships with food and talk about all of that stuff. And so to currently, like, the way all of this sounds just makes it seem very, it was lipedema all along. You know what I mean? It's weird.
It's like really shocked me, and Faline like looked at me and was like, you know, like she she has seen me through
Hey, Brandon, not Dr. Suction.
all of these struggles, and it's just been rough, you guys. But I have a...
Lily has a note. Thank you, Lily, for the note. Lily says, the adipose tissue of lipedema is biologically different to the usual adipose tissue of the body. It's more hormonally driven and much more pro-inflammatory. Yeah, thank you so much for the note. That jogs my memory. So I was reading one, like, potential advice, and they were talking about, like, massaging the area to get, like, to shift the fluid, like shift the fleshy fluid around. Obviously, the discussion about liposuction was a thing to actually remove the... It wasn't infected. What do we call it? Tissue, adipose tissue. Can we use that word, that phrase? To like remove the tissue. And this doctor was saying like he'd removed like 30 pounds out of this patient of this tissue, which is a lot. Yeah. Oh, and as I was saying, part of that conversation about like the massagey stuff was also a low inflammatory diet, which I'm imagining would help with the tissue. Yes.
Reason now. And now I understand that it's like no matter what I do, I have something fighting against me, and that's the number one freaking symptom. It's just so frustrating. And I just feel like for so long people didn't take me seriously. I would talk to you guys repeatedly, and I'm just like,
why does your audience have to take you seriously about this? They don't. Your audience is not beholden to you about anything. You have been a liar and a troll on the internet, Amby. Calm down. The opinion of your audience, it would be great if it was positive, but at the end of the day, you're the one who fostered this. Well, I don't mean to say this as in reference to active hate. Cynicism and suspicion. That's the one. That's the phrase I'm looking for.
You guys, I promise, like, I'm not binging off a camera. I'm showing you everything I'm eating. But there is a diet for patients like me and for people with this disease. And it is keto or low carb. The specialist told me to stay below 50 grams. And
I'm curious about it specifically being keto. I imagine it might be low carb. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a doctor. But it'd be an interesting discussion to have about, like, active ketosis versus the effects of lipedema. That'd be interesting.
I was very, very upset with that. I don't agree with keto. I don't agree with low carb.
Okay, well, again, Amby, I'm not going to take a whole heap of diet advice from you unless we get to Jenny Craig version 7. No. I don't agree with low carb. Okay, scientist Lynn, you can keep your diet science to yourself. That's fine. It's nice that you don't agree with it, but the proof is in the low calorie pudding, as it were. Yes.
I don't feel like it is a healthy way of living. Before I get into that, I do want to...
You don't agree with Amber?
She also gave me this like lymphatic massage.
Tipsy asked, can she just do what her doctor recommends? From my understanding, the doctor has recommended this. I think. Hello, Throdian. Lovely to see you.
And it hurt so bad. So, like, the normal person, she told me it would feel really good, like you're enjoying it. But since I have lipedema...
Probably, yeah. She thinks that keto is a what's the thing? Conspiracy. That's it.
Freaking hurt. It hurts so bad. But it's something that she said that I need to try to do daily. It's a lot of massaging near lymph nodes.
Nodes?
Lymph nodes.
Yep.
And that hurt so bad. Oh my God.
I imagine.
But it's supposed to help move fluid throughout your body so you're not retaining so much fluid. And she was like, do you ever gain weight while you go on car rides, even if they're just like over an hour? And I was like, yeah.
Cookie, hello. Thank you very much for the super chat. It's lovely to see you. Good evening. Cookie says, so she's a jellyfish? I don't think that's how it works. We've got some rockstar jellyfish we can watch later, though. Thanks for the super chat, Cookie.
And she was like, lipedema. And I'm just like, everything is coming.
If she kept saying lipedema, she can't pronounce the thing she specializes in, apparently. Lipedema, right? Lipedema? She's a lolpedema.
Full circle. Like, I knew I wasn't dumb. I knew I wasn't an idiot. I knew I wasn't making excuses. I knew something was off. And I finally have a diagnosis.
It's so funny that you knew something was off for so many years and yet chose to ignore it and yell at the internet for giving you advice on maybe speaking to professionals. That's hilarious.
I thought I was going in there to be told, yeah, you have lymphedema. This is what you can do for it. My whole world is kind of shook. Like, I'm not going to lie. You can actually have liposuction on certain parts. If you have lipedema. You guys, I promise, next video, I'm going to know exactly how to pronounce it. You think I would after seeing her, but it's like one of the...
Yeah, it's almost like you didn't speak to her about this at length or didn't pay attention to your doctor whatsoever. It's almost like that.
Those things. It's like, I'm so bad at pronouncing certain words, like lymph nodes. I go
No, you said it right the first time there.
back and forth between the two. I'm like, which one is it? I know it's one of them. I just don't know. But yeah, you can have liposuction. Sometimes that'll help and such. So that is something I can think about doing in the future. And she also said, when you do lose weight, do you notice it in your face more and not in your body? And I said, yeah. And she was like, because you don't have lipedema in your face. And she was like, that's why your arms are bigger. That's why your legs are bigger. And I'm just like, wow. And she was like, this is a disease that progresses. It doesn't just stop. And everything was just like coming together for me. And I was like, wow. So you guys.
Okay, again, you'll have to forgive me, but Amby's fresh diagnosis, I'm, again, going to be quite cynical in the way that she communicates all of this. No, I'm going to speak to people and read things. I'd prefer to do it that way.
Telling me, wow, her arms look so much bigger than years ago, or her legs look so much bigger than years ago. How is she actually losing weight? It's because of this disease. What? Like, everything is just coming together, and I'm so glad that I finally have an answer, and I'm not just like a freak show. I do slightly feel like one, because it's like, I'm never going to get rid of this, but what I can do to help it and to lose weight the best of my ability is low carb. And
great. Low carb gurney.
Staying below 50 grams of carbs. And I've never believed in that diet. You guys know that I've been in, I have shared that I...
No, I've got a video where you were doing the low carb diet. Don't worry, we'll watch it in a bit.
do not believe in that diet. I do not like the diet. I did a move on where I was like, I'm doing low carb, and I had a freaking baked potato.
That's the one. As soon as she started on this, I was like, wait, I remember a specific mukbang from the iconic old house that involved a potato. She even remembered it.
Y'all know I've never taken low carb seriously. I've never done it, never actually tried. That's one diet I've never ever done. Keto, low carb, no. But
well, then you lied to us at some point, because you definitely told us you were counting carbs and on low carb in that potato video. So what are you saying? You're a liar?
I'm not going...
You're saying you're a liar?
Going to these specialists
You're a liar.
to just hear them tell me to do something and me not doing it. I'm not getting these tests, and I'm not seeing these doctors just for them to tell me something and me not listen to them. No, I'm going to better myself. So today's
so she's acknowledging that it's not the ER's responsibility to diagnose her with absolutely everything. That's good. That's refreshing.
Actually day 4 of me being on low carb, and I'm actually doing it. I'm staying below 50 grams of carbs. I don't have to count calories. So
I'm curious about that one there, though. Did you notice she slipped that in? I don't have to count calories. Okay, cool. Just a note for anybody who's interested in trying out ketosis. I understand, keto as a diet. I understand that specific fad may have waned a little bit in the recent year. Also, but just a top tip, you can still be in a calorie surplus eating your body weight in cheese. It's a challenge. It's a challenge not to eat your body weight in cheese. Yes, it is. Daly, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. I appreciate it. Hello, good evening. Daly says, replay gang. Hi, future Zach in chat. Hi, future Daly. I hope you have a fabulous day. Thank you very much for the support. Lovely to see you. Also, plants, flowers, gardens. Mate, it is spring. Did you know? Thank you for the super chat.
That's an aspect I do enjoy. I don't have to count freaking calories, but
I would be massively concerned if I were Amberlynn Reid talking about my binge eating diagnosis and not having to count calories, being on a keto diet, and just literally eating all of the fat in the world. Because at the end of the day, this person right here, this is Amby, for those of you who haven't met. At the end of the day, we've had a lot of discussion about food addiction, binge eating disorder. We've had all of those discussions on this channel with Amby. And regardless of whether or not it's carbs, proteins, or fats, if you are in a calorie surplus, there is every possibility, if you function under the laws of thermodynamics, that you will gain weight. It is what it is. Throdian, thank you very much for the super chat and the support. My friend Throdian says, I've been keto on and off for 2 years and it does wonders. If anyone is interested, the r/keto subreddit is a huge help. There you go, Throdian. Thank you very much for the support and thank you for the recommendation. For those of you who are interested, there you go. Kimmo, I did find the Zoom button again. Yes. Yes, I did. I'm also really interested, actually, because Amber's used like every counting app under the sun, but she specifically brought up MyFitnessPal most recently. So I'm wondering if she's counting stuff in MyFitnessPal, if she's just not looking at the calories at all. Like, is she only looking at the carb count? Because for those of you who haven't used MyFitnessPal, when you log stuff in, it'll give you a calorie count as well as the macros, generally. So that's weird. I don't know. Whatever. Just a talking point.
I know the difference between eating like a crazy person and eating like a normal person. So even though I don't count calories...
Keto Manager, is that the app, Throdian? That's what you recommend? Nice.
Doesn't mean that I'm sitting here and binging. I haven't had like the urge to binge. If I ever get that urge, I got me some pork rinds for a salty crunch. So I wanted to show you guys.
Great. As someone who has had a problematic relationship with food and still continues to navigate that, 1 bag of pork rinds can very quickly turn into 3 bags of pork rinds, which is like a lot. Pork rinds turns out not calorie free. So that's kind of the problem when we talk about these diets, like these macro specific diets, is that like at the end of the day, the calories also really matter. And if you're not a person who is continuously active, this would be kind of a different conversation if it were me, right? So if I said, okay, great, I'm going to go on keto diet. I'm not going to count my calories. I'm just going to live my best, high quality fat life and go out and do the damn thing, right? A little bit different in my instance because I'd still be getting my 10,000 steps in a day. I'd still be hitting the gym 4-5 times a week. I'd still be like participating in an active lifestyle. And from my understanding, keto can function in that way. The conversation about bitches need carbs, like, aside, because I am living my carb life. But for Ambi, I don't know how successful it's going to be if she's got nothing else going on in the world and just stocks up on pork rinds and decides to, have a bad day and eat 3 packets. Like, it's hard. It's a hard conversation. But whatever. I'm no one, just a dude who lost some weight and talks about things on the internet. It's fine.
What I ate the first day on low carb. So I did film my meals. So I'm going to show those for you guys. So here is my first one. All right, first meal, no calorie counting, just low carb.
Again, I find it weird, but sure.
We have bacon.
This actually looks terrible. This bacon looks so sad. You'll have pre-cooked bacon, huh? That's not bacon. It's fakin'. Well, no, that would be vegan bacon. This is terrible bacon. Terrible bacon. I like the cucumber. The cucumbers, it's not in boat form, but I like the addition of the cucumber is warranted and noted. It's probably really nitpicky of me to be like, I don't like the way she cooks eggs. I don't like the way she cooks eggs. I'm sorry. I don't feel like I'd enjoy these eggs. You know what I love to do? I break 3 eggs into a measuring cup, and then I take a fork and whisk. And then I add my seasonings, and then I apply it to a non-stick pan on medium heat, and then I just scooch it around for a couple of minutes until it's just a little bit wet, and then I eat it when it's still just a little bit wet, because it gives me like it's the cheesy vibe, but it's not really cheesy. It's just undercooked egg. I preferred undercooked scrambled, not whatever's going on here.
Eggs with a little bit of cheese and cucumber. Now I'm gonna show you my second meal. So the next thing I'm
That's fair, Sarah.
eating is really just chicken, onion, and zucchini.
This looks good. I would smash this, but I would have added like an entire zucchini to this.
I have green onion and just like regular white onion.
Yeah, nice.
I just added some minced garlic.
What's the sauce though? Did she say what the sauce?
Now I'm gonna show you.
Because the interesting thing about sauces is that they're generally filled with carbohydrates and or sugar. The more you know.
My second meal. So the next thing I'm eating is literally just...
I'm not a dry girl. That's true, Lottie. Yes, I'm not. You like crunchy, crispy eggs, Elle? Do you just keep them in the shell? Look, don't get me wrong. I love a fried egg. I prefer mine sunny side up so you get the best of both worlds. Wet and runny and crispity crunchy. But I think for ease of preparation, runny scramble for me.
Chicken, onion, and zucchini.
Chicken, onion, zucchini.
I have green onion and just like regular white onion.
Uh-huh.
I just added some minced garlic, some pepper, and some soy sauce.
Oh, soy sauce. Okay.
I would love this with some rice, but no rice.
As soon as she said it, I was like, veggie rice. Cauliflower rice.
Rice for me. I guess I could have used like cauliflower rice, but I don't have any.
Great minds.
So maybe next time I'll add that to it, just to add some like volume. Here's my third meal. So next.
Do you know what's great for volume? Is it cruciferous? Cruciferous? Cruciferous vegetables? Yeah. Broccoli, cauliflower. Mate, you can fill your entire being with cauliflower and broccoli. I say cauliflower mostly now because broccoli's prices are still slightly too high for my liking.
Next meal, I made a taco salad. So we have lettuce, ground turkey with some...
Kim has a note saying Lipedema also asked for a limit of sodium intake too. Well, so you're telling me the pork rinds are off the menu.
Taco seasoning. There is zucchini also just for more hidden vegetables. We have some...
Ambi, you're in your 30s now. We don't need to hide the vegetables. It's fine. We can just acknowledge that we should be eating them. Big person pants. Come on now.
Queso blanco. salsa verde, and then some regular salsa.
Queso, salsa. You reckon there's salt in that? Probably.
And then,
look, I get it. It's hard. Addressing one issue with diet can often lead to, like, oh my god, there's 17 issues and all I can eat is, like, chicken and broccoli. It's hard. It is hard. Nothing's perfect, but unfortunately, you put something up on the internet, people are going to talk about it.
and for the chips, I found these protein
Tortilla-style protein chips, loaded taco flavor, 17 grams of protein and 3 grams of net carbohydrates. Okay.
chips. They're loaded taco flavor. Yes, we have a fourth. So next thing I'm eating,
A fourth?
because I am hungry, feeling a little snacky.
This is a snack? It's a whole ass meal. I mean, add like a cup of vegetables to this and this is dinner.
But I'm also craving like protein, that type of vibe.
What about a protein shake? Highly recommend protein shakes.
So this is just,
Or even better, can someone introduce our girl to Greek yogurt? Greek yogurt, protein shake, sweetener of your choice. Mate, I've got a Natvia salted caramel like dressing. It's kind of like a ice cream syrup, you know. Oh boy howdy. Can I tell you? 1 cup. Hello bug. 1 cup Greek yogurt. 1 scoop vanilla ice cream flavored protein powder. Like 3 tablespoons salted caramel topping. Stevia. And like a fistful of, what have I got? I got like ruby fruit at the moment. So it's a mix of like lingonberry, cherries, raspberries, strawberries. Put a fistful of that in it. Oh my god, so good. Anyway, that's snack. This is an interesting snack.
some steak.
Don't get me wrong, I may have pulled out an entire chicken breast and snacked on it many times in my history, but I'm more of a sweet kind of gal, you know.
That I cooked on the stove, obviously, and literally all I...
Let's do it, Elle! Let's do it. My biggest issue is, because I went from a really regimented, like midday till 8 p.m. eating window, my current schedule is literally all over the place, so it's really hard for me to stick to that. So I do find at like 10, 11 o'clock at night, I'm just like, oh, I'm kind of snacky. Look, there's something with carbohydrates. No, bad to do. It's good to do before the gym, but bad to do when it's an overindulgence, you know?
put in this is some garlic salt and pepper.
Oh,
It smells
thanks, Haz.
amazing.
I do have a sweet tooth, yes.
So those were my meals for the day, but I did get snacky. So I didn't film my little snack moments, but I had green olives that were stuffed with garlic. I have never had that before. It was so freaking good. I was like, okay, this is going to be like
They are good.
my go-to for sure. And then I had pork rinds. I had like a spicy and hot pork rinds. So actually that very first day was 37 grams of carbs, and it was only 30 grams.
Elle, it is hard because I understand, you know, you probably don't have a lot of time to meal prep either, but if you find the time to meal prep, sometimes that's really helpful. I found that if I just put everything in little containers and counted everything and then kept counting everything until it became a mild obsession, it was great. And then I had to learn to stop doing that. Life's about learning, you know?
Of net carbs. So I'm not really sure. I'm like balancing between like regular carbs and net carbs. Obviously by doing net carbs, you actually get to eat more carbs, but I don't know. I feel like that's cheating in a way. So
Maybe you should speak to your doctor about whether or not like fiber counts in the total of your 50 gram advice. But okay.
I've only been doing like actual carbs. So I haven't really been paying attention to the net aspect.
Do you know what the difference between net and gross carbohydrates are? Can we have that discussion
I
here?
will say
Maybe next week.
I'm a little bored. It's only day 4 and
You're a little bored. Oh my god, Mary. You've pretty much eaten the rainbow today, to be fair. I would suggest you know, be a little bit more adventurous with your vegetable options, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, food, you know, when you change to a perspective of food being fuel, it can feel a little boring. Yes.
I'm a little bored.
But it's been 4 days.
A lot of meat, and that's coming from someone who does not like meat that much. So
Again, go and find yourself some Greek yogurt and some protein shakes. Remember Premier Protein? Remember those cute little shakes you used to get? Let's get some of those. Those would probably make a really good snack. Well, probably not for fulfillment, but actually what you can do, FYI chat, if you need a little bit of like additional fiber in your diet, or you just get like really snacky but want to fill up, if you do the yogurt trick and you add like a tablespoon of psyllium husk, it's the good kind of fiber that'll help stick everything together. You know the one I'm talking about. But it makes it feel really full because it basically absorbs the liquids of whatever you're applying it to and just like is great. I'm a big fan of psyllium husks.
I'm having to really put myself in a different headspace. I can't see myself doing keto / low carb while being a vegetarian. I have looked up things and it seems almost impossible, especially because so many vegetables have carbs and are starchy. So many fruits. It's just like, this seems like such a...
There are vegetables out there that you can enjoy that are lower in carbohydrate. Like, you love green beans. Eat the hell out of green beans. You like mushrooms from memory. Dude, do you know how many mushrooms you can eat? You can literally eat all of the mushrooms. You'll be fine. Zucchini's great. Broccoli's great. Cauliflower's great. Yeah, it kind of sucks you can't eat sweet potato and potato. That's okay. But you've got, I was going to say courgettes, but that's zucchini. Is that one? Aubergines. You've got eggplant. Those are pretty much just sponges. What else have you got? Radishes are fine. Celery's fine. Carrots are kind of on the verge of being fine. There's a whole heap of stuff. But everything in moderation, right? Things like cauliflower and broccoli, sure, you can eat, until the end of time. But if you want to indulge and have a bit of pumpkin or something, I'm sure it'll be okay.
Weird way to lose weight, but I do want to say, day one...
It's very true, Elle, yes. And it's also about having time and the resources to manage all of that. And making sure you be kind to yourself along the way.
I was 488.8, so I had gained more.
Oh my god, Tammy, yes, cabbage is so good. So good. Can I tell you my trick with cabbage? Okay. So we've got sugar loaf. I think it's called sugar loaf cabbage. Beautiful, kind of sweet, so good. Anyway, I got one of them shopping the other day. So I chippy chopped it all up. And then I threw in a little bit of olive oil into a pan on low, then chopped up all my cabbage and put my cabbage in there. Sauteed it down with olive oil, a little bit of salt, and some paprika and some garlic powder. Added some fresh garlic. Fried cabbage slaps. It's so good, and it's one of those things that I just cook up a really big batch and then put it in a massive container and just leave it in the fridge. And it's kind of like adding coleslaw if it wasn't bad to everything, or sauerkraut if you don't like it sour, It's so good. It's great.
Or weight. I wasn't binging, nothing.
Hey, Ellen.
Simply because my body does not lose weight like the normal, and I'm coming to accept that, and now I know what to do to try to fix that. And today, so after 3 days, I've done 3 full days of low carb, and I waited.
This is all very interesting because we're going to go back and watch the hour-long piece of content. Maybe not all of it, considering how long I'm running my mouth for. There are some choice bits of content in there speaking about diet specifically.
Today at 482.4. So that means I'm down 6.4 in just 3 days.
Oh, Alexandra, that sounds great. Boiled cabbage with butter. Delicious.
Carb, which is amazing. So and good. She tried to explain to me that someone with lipedema... I'm just going to say lipedema because I feel like that's what it is.
Lipedema.
She tried to explain to me that someone with lipedema could eat...
Lipedema, though.
1,500 calories of carbs and, have fruits and have maybe some chips or some whole grain bread and some brown rice and gain weight, while the next day they could have 2,300 calories of a low carb keto diet with less carbs and they'll lose weight.
And we are specifically talking about weight being fluid retention, I guess, adipose tissue.
Carbs is what is creating me to hold on to so much water. And
wow, it's almost like everybody who yelled at you, maybe try limiting your carbohydrates would be a good thing. And for Ambi, even just knowing the consistency of takeout in her diet, that's such a huge thing, because everything she buys takeout wise is carb heavy. It's rice, it's pasta, it's cheesecake, it's bloody high sugar stuff. So yeah, give this one a whirl.
And to not heal from
and salt. Is butter a carb pack? No.
From this, it's mind-blowing that this is what I have to do to better myself. The very diet that I absolutely disagree with. It's just a lot of meat. It's a lot of cheese. You have to...
It doesn't have to be a lot of meat, and it doesn't have to be a lot of cheese. Actually, I'd probably actively suggest against cheese, because cheese is one of those calorie-dense, delightful, salty foods that everybody, most people really, really, really enjoy, to the point of overindulgence. So yeah, cheese is certainly one of those things where you just gotta be careful, because, the thing is, Ambi, if you're sitting there and not counting your calories, and I'm not saying in what she showed us this is the case, but if you're, again, one of my biggest issues was in Australia, I'm pretty sure it's international, but it's basically a flat wheel of cheese, and they're in segments, they're in triangles, and there's 8 of them. It was called Laughing Cow cream cheese, right? At my worst, I would legitimately buy one of them, rip into it. Ambi's actually featured them before, I think. Rip into it and eat every single triangle. That wasn't like a sitting, that wasn't a meal, they weren't ingredients. They were literally like, I'm going to buy this like $3 wheel of cheese and push it down my logic hole. And I did. And that was me at my worst. And then I realized that, hey, that's probably not a healthy activity and maybe I should investigate a few things about myself. And that's what I'm talking about when it's the sky's the limit. There are no... Yeah. Sorry. It's because the light's on and it's spring. Welcome, bugs. And that's the problem with cheese.
Have a lot of fat because you're not getting in carbs, and I don't want to overdo it in fat because I do have gallstones, so it is a lot of like give and take, trying to...
Oh, Baby Bell's also good. Baby Bell's a bit trickier though because it's harder to get into.
To make it fit and do the right thing. It's just been...
That's true, Lottie. I did remember that.
It's been different. It's...
The case of the missing laughing cow.
You know, like last night for a snack, I literally melted a slice of pepper jack cheese on the stove because I'm allowed to have that over having like...
I wouldn't have even melted that. I would have just eaten that raw, as it were.
Like a banana. It's weird. It's weird. It feels off, but I am peeing more now. Like normally I don't pee
Great. Bladder update with Ambi.
much, but now I'm getting rid of all this water and I'm finally peeing. People are like questioning like, why don't you pee that often? Because my body holds on to this water because of lipedema. And I've noticed that I am so thirsty now, which is freaking awesome because I am getting in so much more water than usual, because normally like I'm holding on to so much water, I don't feel as thirsty, but now that I'm letting go.
It's a classier version of Foodie's microwave cheese. You're not wrong, Lily.
A little bit, like I'm supposed to. Like I'm able to like drink water like a normal person. Like I feel like I'm drinking water all the time, but it's probably like a normal amount. I'm just not used to it though.
I actually have noticed that when I'm off track on diet, I definitely drink less water. I think it's probably a subconscious, well, maybe not subconscious. It's more of a conscious thing, actually, because I specifically remember to quell some of my hunger cues. I used to sit here with a big tumbler of water and fill it with, like, lemon juice and water. And that would kind of help me until I got to the next, like, scheduled feeding time. But I've definitely noticed since I had to, like, go off of the restrictions, my water intake is less. I do drink more tea, though.
So... it's a lot of changes. It's weird. Like, I'm allowed to have ranch dressing. Like, ma'am? So I've been having, like, last night I had the salad, which was...
Lottie, you were calling for this, yes.
So simple. It was just chicken, ranch, onion, lettuce, and some olives. And I was like, oh yeah, and some shredded cheese. And I'm like, this is what I'm allowed to eat.
I'm hearing a lot of cheese talk. I'm not being critical of Amber specifically here. This entire conversation could be being had with legitimately anyone. I think the danger for someone who has been morbidly obese in the past, eating cheese specifically, it's a sometimes food. It's like cookies, you know?
It's like,
you have it every day and all of a sudden it's just like, where did that kilo of cheese go? Oh, wait, it's been 3 days and I bought it shredded and I just ate it all. Whoopsie daisy.
like shocking a little bit. And it's working. Like my body is letting go of the things that it usually holds on to while doing like a normal diet. And I know within the last year...
I'm sorry, what's a normal diet in air quotes? What's that?
I have lost almost 100 pounds and she was honestly amazed. And she was like, have you noticed a stall? And I said, yeah, it's been bad. And she was like...
Are you talking about a stall? And in the next video that we're watching, you telling us all about the bloody slippy slideys of pepperoni from Pizza Hut. I don't know. Mary, you can just say you're off track. It's okay. You don't... It's fine. You don't have to lie.
Now you're finally stuck in that spot where it's your lipedema stopping you and preventing you from losing more weight. And she was just really proud that I already lost some weight. So that meant a lot to me to continue going.
Again, it's just that wording specifically around it all. Look, I'm not a professional and I'm not going to tell Amber what to do, but it wouldn't surprise me that Amber has the ability to lose more weight without the consideration of lipedema. I'm not a doctor. I have absolutely no right to proclaim that. It is just my thoughts. That's it.
Going and improving and losing weight, I have to follow the instructions, even though I don't want to do them.
Well, exercise is really important as well, Scope. But at the end of the day, the old adage is weight loss happens in the kitchen, fitness happens in the gym. So, yeah. If all Ambi's goal is to lose a whole heap of weight, diet seems to be the sensible approach.
Know that I've been told to do low carb before by professionals, and I didn't do it because I don't agree. But I need to change. I need to fight for my life. And if this is...
Exactly, Naomi. Yeah, 100%. So Naomi says the disease makes it harder to lose weight, but not impossible. Diet and exercise won't help the areas that affect it, but the rest of the body will lose weight. That's how I thought it to be. Excellent. Thank you, Naomi.
What is going to help me live longer and healthier and happier, then I'm going to do it. And yeah, so today will be day 4. I saw the lymphedema specialist on the 20th of October. My day 1 of...
Taking notes.
Low carb was on the 21st, and today is October 24th. A lot of people are wondering if we're like up to date on videos. Yes, we are. It is the 24th of October. So
it's October, y'all.
Yeah, that is my update for you guys. Like, this is a low carb queen, a keto queen, staying below 50 grams of carbs. And so far today, I've only had 6 grams. I've had 6 grams of carbs.
Thanks, Lily.
And it is 7 p.m. And I noticed by doing this, like, I haven't ordered takeout, not one time, not even for a drink. I don't even drink diet soda no more.
You know, you can just buy diet soda at the shops, right? You don't need to have it delivered. You could just, like, have a case of them. Also, this hate campaign against diet soda, fight me. I will be pro diet soda until the end of time.
Because she said, even though diet soda has 0 carbs.
Oh, but it triggers your need for sweetness and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Sometimes all you want is a diet soda. And it helps.
Carbs, our body reacts to it as if we are having sugar and are having carbs because of the sweeteners in it. So I was like, ugh, I don't want to cheat myself.
Nicole, she was allegedly she was diagnosed with a deflated lung. Something was up with her lung, right? And then it turned out not to be something, and then it turned out to be a nodule and or mass on her lung. But we haven't really spoken about that for a couple of days. So I can't tell you.
So cold turkey, I said bye-bye soda. Ugh. So I've only been drinking water.
I agree, See, the thing is, the reason why I started reacting to Ambi and Fruity, almost forgot her name now. Damn, not memorable. The reason why I started reacting was because she, both of them actually inspired and motivated me to be a better human, or a better version of myself, or a best version of myself. And part of that was acknowledging where my faults were, and my relationship with food was a fault of mine. And it continues to be a struggle, and that's okay. It's all about perspective. But it is great to have these like discussions about healthy lifestyle and health and fitness and diet and things like that with somebody who's kind of on that gurney. Because Fruity's just off the wagon. Those conversations have not been had in legitimately years. My God, I can't remember the last time I thought, man, Foodie, maybe don't eat that because it's probably not good for your health. Instead, I'm just wondering, like, how long until we get to Kuwait? What's the mansion gonna look like? I kind of feel like Foodie and Ambi are two, like, very, very different pieces of content now, especially to like watch and talk about. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's just very big changes rather quickly, and I'm actually being successful with it. It's kind of weird. Gotta say, kind of weird, not gonna lie. So anyways, I'm gonna end this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed my little update, and I'll see you in my next one.
Okay, we did, and I was talking so much that I'm absolutely not actually, no, we will. We'll just touch on, I just wanted to remind everybody that this is a video. This is the Sausage Fest mukbang. It is iconic, just in case you've never seen it. If you haven't, I highly recommend you do. This is Ambi in the old house. When was this? Was this like 2017? 18? 19. Oh boy, time. Wibbly wobbly.
Hey guys, okay, so I have a mukbang.
Oh my God. Y'all, Ambi's got a mukbang. It's a mukbang. From Keto to Kuwait is a heck of a gurney. You're right, Lottie, it is. We'll probably cover both of those at some point in the same stream. I hope so, and I will steal that title. Yes.
I feel like it's a little blurry, but we're gonna make do. So,
what do you mean stop? She's the one making the faces.
Here we have turkey kielbasa. I hope I pronounced that right. I feel like I'm butchering it. I'm sorry. We have a red bell pepper. We have an onion.
The faux septum ring. It's iconic sushi. It's just so good. It hits the nostalgia bones real hard.
And then over here, we have one.
I'm pronouncing it how Kentucky taught me to pronounce it, Elle.
I just sliced
the mukbang.
It baked potato. So let's do this thing. I haven't yet tried it, so I'm like, oh my gosh.
That sound in the background. What is she eating on?
So good.
I swear I've reacted to this at least once.
And then we have water. So yeah, this is definitely a lot.
Dangerous. I 100% down Miss the Ugly Kitchen. But at least it was a kitchen. I mean, that was the content I was here for.
A lot of food, but...
Where's the peppers? They're in there. They're kind of hiding.
I want to talk to you guys about that.
Okay, talk to us about keto.
I decided that I'm gonna, a bite with potato.
Just think about this dish for a second. You could have prepared those potatoes in any different type of way. You could have cut them up fine. You could have fried those potatoes off with the oil coming out of that sausage. You could have just made a big old fry up with this stuff. But instead you went with sad boiled potato and this stuff on the side. It's just weird.
Come on.
Lottie?
There we go.
Do I need to get Nightbot to note that? Good morning, BB. Lovely to see you. Hello. Happy morning.
So, oh yeah, the window's open, so if you hear wind, that's why. We have a storm coming through.
It's her first low-carb attempt with the potato.
For the first time in my life, I'm counting carbs, and you guys probably see the potato, and you're like, what?
I'm very like that, yes. That's exactly what I'm like. Oh, boy, she's... It's like she's mad at me, you know? It's like Amby's mad. What? Counting carbs? Who'd have thunk it?
How? So.
Brandon, thank you for the note.
I'll explain.
I assume all caps is yelling at me. I agree, Grumpy Cat. Not everybody agrees, but I agree. It is very funny, yes.
At you guys. I didn't use butter. Didn't use oil. I just used water to cook this. That's just how I prefer. And for sneeze beans, I used...
Her cooking with water sends...
garlic powder.
You'll deserve at least 5 milliliters of high-quality olive oil.
Onion powder, even though there's onion.
Unless you're cooking at high heat, in which case neutral oil is fine.
Already, but I love onion and pepper.
What did you say, Elle? I couldn't hear you.
But, I've never counted carbs, ever, in my life.
Uh-huh.
Because...
What a shock, and she continued to not count carbs, according to modern-day Kentucky.
I've always been told carbs are good for you, which they are. I'm not saying they're, like, bad.
Everything is good for you in moderation, right? There's an argument that red wine and chocolate are good for you as well. Moderation.
But eating less carbs makes you lose weight. So, this is 58 carbs.
Uh-huh.
I'm not just counting carbs, I'm also counting calories because...
Look, I mean, that's kind of the sensible... You know, modern Amby, if you're watching this, maybe listen to past Amby, maybe listen to this one right here, because she's kind of got some sense in the whole, like, counting carbs and counting calories, you know? It's joint effort. It's joint effort, it's fine.
Hashtag pork rinds.
Hashtag pork rinds. Oh my god, it's like the talking points. Keep being the same thing.
Pork rinds, very low in carbs, very high in calorie.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
I currently don't have any pork rinds, but that definitely sounds good. So...
Gosh, she did speak a lot quicker back then.
For all of this, 58 carbs.
Uh-huh, yes. Mostly in that potato. And some of it in that super processed sausage, I'd imagine.
I'm not going to ketosis. I am... A lot of people are going to be like, this is ridiculous, but I'm...
This is ridiculous, the fact that I remember this speech.
I'm afraid to go in ketosis. For my own personal reasons. But... After doing a lot of research.
So much research.
You hit ketosis at about 70
Tell me more.
grams of carbs a day. It's like a light, mild ketosis, but...
It's just a light, mild ketosis, you know.
You're more likely to hit it, obviously, if you eat even less carbs than that. Staying below 50, staying below 40, especially staying below 20.
Numbers, gal. Numbers. Oh, God, she makes me laugh.
Oh, my nose tickles. So,
Her nose was tickling because she was lying. Anyway, we're going to get on to the bulk of the content now with the crying face thumbnail and everything. Jesus, 57 minutes of Kentucky. All right, y'all, strap in, get a beverage. We're here. We're queer. Get used to it.
So welcome to a new video. I went onto Instagram and I had you guys ask me tons of questions. I said, ask me questions. And you did. And I was just screenshotting away. It wasn't...
It's giving me big 127 reasons why vibes. If you'll remember that piece of content, that is also iconic.
I was done screenshotting until I realized that I screenshotted 55 questions. So...
BB, why are you yelling 57? Did she add 2 sneaky questions in?
After I screenshotted them all, I wrote them all down. We have 2.5 pages.
She has nice handwriting.
Questions. So after I screenshotted them all, I wrote them all.
She has kind of nice handwriting. Good for her. I have terrible handwriting. Look at this handwriting. I know we've seen her handwriting before. You really something, yours no happy doing. I don't think that's correct grammar, Lynn, but okay. Anyway, sorry, Amby. I know this is taking forever.
All down. We have 2.5 pages of questions. It is a wide variety. So stick around. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but let's get into it. Okay. So the first question is, how are you feeling? And I'm feeling okay.
Ask me how I'm doing and she'll lie and say she's fine. Sorry. I get really excited when my brain's like, wait, she said a thing. I remember her specifically saying a thing like 2 years ago and it sounded a little something like this. Jennifer, thank you very much for being here for 5 months. I appreciate it. Jennifer says, thank you. I love being part of this community. We love having you, Jennifer. Thank you very much for the compliment. Chat, feel free to take the compliment. And thank you very much for your support over the 5 months, Jennifer. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, as for like the pain I've been experiencing, it is gone. As for my out of breath that I've been experiencing.
There's so many. Wait, no, that's the other one. For those of you who don't know and aren't over on the Discord server, I highly recommend it because Pack and Lucas and Arcadian often do just super good write-ups. Basically everything that Amby's talking about and or doing, but in like snarkier and more fun ways. And you don't have to watch Amby's content. However, the title the title of this content is Nikocado caused me to get hate getting back with my ex and meet Faline. Turns out, spoilers, you never actually meet Faline. Pack, I can't even find it. It's so deep in the discussions. No, you go.
That is abnormal to what I'm used to. It has gotten a little bit better. And as for the cough that I was experiencing, that has also gotten better.
There it is.
But I
There's
will
the
say,
wall text.
I'm not going to hold my breath on this one for the lack of a better saying, because the pain has disappeared before and it has came back full force with extra symptoms. I'm hoping for the best. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this was just an infection. And
my favorite one in here already, Pack, is, oh no, you have to go without, poor you. Perfect. 100% perfect.
Antibiotics that I am currently taking, which I only have 2 left.
Sorry, Amby's talking and I'm not paying attention.
Pay attention to that. You can only hope and wish for the best. But as for like mentally, because the next question is, how is your mental health? It's okay. I am actually rapidly going through anxiety cycles is the best way to explain it, because like 1 minute I'm okay and the next minute I just have this wave of just like fear and anxiousness. And I've noticed I'm a little bit more moody lately. I'm just trying to stay as positive as I can because I'm doing everything that I can currently for the situations that I'm in.
Sorry, I just got a moment of we're at the word salad bar.
Continuing to be an advocate for myself and being patient and just like having positive thoughts, even though negative thoughts.
Imagine I'm not trying to belittle and diminish Amby's issues that she's going through, but man, people are dying, Kim. Come on.
Do seep in. I'm not perfect. I am terrified, and the anxiety side of me and the fear side of me has a lot of negative thoughts.
Thanks,
honey. So I'm trying to push those away.
I'm trying to enjoy the content
as best as I can, but sometimes it's hard. Someone asked, hey, does your psychologist know about your YouTube? ILY. ILY, you too. And yes, she knows about my YouTube. I don't know if she's actually ever like watched it. I think that would be like against rules or like professionalism, because we do say,
I think that would be against billable hours, but whatever. Also, this are you okay? This little, the light's up there, just go play. You don't have to like just do spins. It's a ballerina bug.
Very professional, which I love, because in the past with therapy it's just seemed too friendship based, but this is more like professional. As I'm answering this question, I do want to speak about, people are confused because I say that I go to therapy, I say that I have a psychologist, and I say that I have a psychiatrist, which is all true.
The bug dancing in the light in front of me is more entertaining than the professional vlogger up on my screen. Wow, good job, bug. We need a name for you. You're going to disappear, but we need a name.
I have a psychiatrist that is the one who...
I'm not bored.
...prescribes me my medicine for my anxiety and my bipolar, which is Lipedema and Zoloft. And then I see a psychologist for therapy because I need more intensive therapy and not just like support therapy, because there is different versions of therapy. And 9 times out of 10, people are getting support therapy from a therapist, while I'm getting more deeper therapy from a psychologist, which is at an eating disorder clinic. Someone asked, what shows are you currently watching?
Didn't even clock that whole discussion about the turn to keto / low carb versus what could potentially be happening in discussion with the psychologist. That's interesting. It's actually noteworthy.
So Faline and I actually just got done watching
Hey Fit, the bug is beezing. Yes.
The Watcher.
Flappy's a good name.
If you guys don't know what that is, it's on Netflix. It's based on a true story of this family living in this home who is receiving these very haunting and creepy letters from a stranger, and this person calls himself the Watcher.
Did anyone click on Nikocado caused me to get hate getting back with my ex and meet Faline to listen to Amby's critique of the Watcher? No, we didn't.
So the whole who's the one doing the end?
Don't care.
Who's doing it? Or
Don't
say
care.
Jersey Shore Family Vacation. Of course,
Don't care.
we have a new season.
Don't care.
I hope you have
Don't care. Legitimately don't care about what you're watching on TV.
amazing wedding, an amazing marriage, and y'all need to listen to it if you haven't heard Lipedema specialist yet.
Okay.
Actually, I did. Today was that appointment, and you guys
Ooh, we just watched.
will never believe what happened, what I was told, what I learned. You guys will honestly be so shocked.
Didn't learn how to pronounce lipedema. There you go. Damn it, Zach.
I'm not going to talk about that in this video because I want to do that for another video because it's
The next day.
kind of like a lot to absorb.
Oh, Elle, I'm watching a bug do circles. It's very confused because there's a big light and it's just like going up and going down. It's kind of like one of those, like, you know, the fairies on the stick that you spin and they fly up, and I was never allowed because that was a girl's toy. You know those ones? The spiral dancers, fairy dancers. Those ones. The spinny majigs. It's kind of like that, but in bug form.
Learned a lot. I want to share a lot with you guys, and I feel like
Oh, you meant what show? Last night I watched Moonfall. It was a movie, not a show. About how about how the moon's a megastructure and two alien species basically fighting, and Earth kind of getting caught in the middle. It's kind of a thing on Noah's Ark as well. It's interesting. Amby would like it because, you know, the moon's not real. The moon landing.
hopefully from this appointment, my
Sky Dancers, Kayla, rather. Thank you very much. Sky Dancers.
life is about to change.
It's great schlock, Brandon. It's so good. I was going into it thinking, oh, this is going to kind of be like a sciencey disaster movie. No, it was just like, and it had Sam from Game of Thrones. It's actually pretty good.
Just a little bit, and I think it's for the better. So let's keep our fingers crossed.
I'm a big fan of like D-grade disaster movies, but that definitely had the budget of an A-grade film. B-grade film.
In that regard as well. Someone asked, why don't you post every day? So as much as I would like to,
Haley said Kmart brought the Sky Dancers back. I can go get one. Add it to the list.
I have no idea what I would post. I mean, the simplicity of sitting down and like doing mukbangs or like constant Q&As or just like very short, quick vlogs of my day. I just don't see you guys enjoying that if it's daily. Sometimes I feel like quality over quantity. I'm not saying the quality of my videos is all that great because we all know I've always been a mediocre YouTuber. That's never going to change. I've been on YouTube for a decade. This ain't changed.
Highly recommend it, Elle. Good, dumb fun. Yes.
Like, my videos are always
Hey, dumb fun.
going to be mediocre, so expect that. Constantly posting isn't going to do anything besides probably frustrate people because I feel like the content would be even more boring. Someone said, I have cellulitis for the first time. How long before it starts to heal? My leg is so red.
If anybody's asking medical questions of Amby that are not specific to Amby's current situation type of deal, maybe go and speak to a professional. Also, I've just noticed that thing's doing that thing again. Hold on. Wait, is it her aspect ratio that's bad? Or is it... What's going on here?
So I want to say...
Y'all, can I just... Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the flippin' phone. Do you see this? See, look, let's watch it here. No, let's actually just watch it here. See this where there's, like, no black bar on... No black bar here, right? No black bar here where my finger is. Watch this. Amby made these title cards. Wait, gotta hit the thing.
More boring. Someone said, I have cellulitis.
Amby made these title cards. Why is there a black bar? Why is there a black bar? I mean, there's two, actually. Why is the background not all just white? What's going on here? Why is this the wrong size? How did she make this?
For the first time. How long before it starts to heal? My leg is so red. So I want to say, please just listen to...
Oh, Elle, I'm wanting to read the book first. I didn't really want to read a lot of J.R.R. Martin. Whatever. Georgie. Thinking J.R.R. Tolkien. George Martin. George R.R. Martin. That's it. Didn't want to read a whole heap of Georgie Boy because he just keeps getting sidetracked, and I would really like him to finish the main series that I really appreciated, and then, you know, HBO kind of ruined in the last 2 seasons. With all of that being said, House of the Dragon looks great. I don't really want to watch it until the last books of, like, the middle side. Oh, God, can he just finish the books?
Your doctor, and I know for a fact you're prescribed antibiotics because everyone is, take them correctly. That is a big one because your body can actually get used to antibiotics, mainly if you take them incorrectly, which is usually you not finishing them, which a lot of
That's true. I guess so. Professional YouTuber.
people seem to do, which is really weird. But I am so, like, particular about antibiotics. I have to take them perfectly because I know that I get cellulitis really easily. I know how to, like, handle cellulitis rather well, and the antibiotics and everything around it. From my experience,
Wild to me that that's even a sentence coming out of your mouth.
obviously everyone's different, that it always gets worse before it gets better. So when you see it highlighter red, because it's going to be highlighter red, or at least mine gets highlighter red.
She is out here giving people healthcare advice without admitting to not being a doctor. All right, Dr. Lynn.
It's so red that it, like, hurts my eyes to even look at. Just know it's going to be like that for like 2 days, but then the antibiotics are going to start kicking in. You're going to notice it getting smaller and better and not as red. Something that doctors in the past have told me to do is mark it with a marker, not a permanent marker, and definitely not on the actual cellulitis.
I feel like my soul is being drained.
But like around it, but close enough to see, like, is it getting bigger daily? And if it is, then obviously the antibiotics is not working. Like, overall complete healing probably takes a little over 2 weeks, but I do notice it within the first, like, 4 days. Someone asked, what is your favorite cereal? So I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That is my all-time favorite cereal. But I recently learned that in a lot of countries, it is actually illegal to eat that cereal. So I looked up.
What? I'm sorry, what? Yeah, Serena, I understand that to be the case. But at the end of the day, I don't think the TV series... I just don't think... Like, here's the thing, right? Wheel of Time. Massive... By the way, I'm a bit of a nerd. I love the Wheel of Time. Not as good as Magician and that entire, like, series. And just everything, actually, about Raymond D. Feist is... that he's written is kind of great. Anyway, I love Magician, but I love the Wheel of Time a lot. And I had to wade through, like, just years of high school waiting for, like, the last book, which actually turned into, like, the last 3 books. And he had to get someone to finish them. Brandon Sanderson had to finish them, who wrote that... Oh, God, I can never remember that book series, but I really didn't enjoy it. And people say that I would enjoy it because people digest metal and get magic. It's a whole thing. Can't remember. Anyway, I'm not a big fan of Brandon Sanderson. I just don't like his writing style. Sue me. Robert Jordan wrote The Wheel of Time. So it's great because it's a series that ended only, maybe 10 years ago or so? Maybe less, maybe more. I don't know, somewhere around then. But it's great because Amazon is just like, yeah, we'll make some series out of this and we'll cut some stuff out and we'll do stuff. But at least the story has a fucking ending. Game of Thrones still doesn't have an ending. No, it'll be fine. The books will be finished by the time we, finish filming season 3 or whatever. No. Turns out, no.
Why? And it's because the ingredients.
Brandon, I don't think that's healthy.
Yes. And then it makes me wonder, like, why in the
Gamer
United
Girl.
States are certain ingredients okay, but not in...
AC Mistborn, that's the one. Yeah. I just didn't like it as much because I was a big Wheel of Fan time and I couldn't get into it as much as I couldn't get into Mistborn as much as either Magician or... And I understand they're different things. And there's also, like, the Assassin's Apprentice and the entire Apprentice series and, like, all of that stuff. Look, I'm a little bit of a fantasy snob. Only because you get invested and you end up reading 13 books by the same, or pretty much the same author, about the same characters, and you really want to figure out how everything ends, and you get invested, and you really love the world, and then someone comes along being like, hey, you might like this thing. What? Why? Someone recommended, what was it, not The Alchemist. Was it The Alchemist? Okay. This has now turned into a stream where I poorly describe a fantasy novel and y'all have to guess it. So, The Artificer, something. So there's a girl, and it's Tundra, and it's a machine manufacturing plant or something, and it's about nodes, and she's in charge of putting things together, and there might be gems. It's not The Alchemist, which is historical fiction, which is wonderful, written by, I can't remember the author's name. I think is he Spanish? Anyway, not Lymph Nodes, not The Golden Compass. No. Okay, and then in this world, they're building machines that people pilot, and the people who pilot these machines, I imagine kind of like the ones in The Matrix, the ones that fight off the big squiddy dudes. Anyway, so she's main character, protagonist. in charge of like making these like little gemmy doohickeys that I'm assuming like power the thing or something. The reason why they're building all of these things and the reasons why they need pilots to like sync with these essentially mechs, I'm pretty sure. It's not Pacific Rim. So the reason why they need to do this is because in this world, there's an alien species who are pretty much just birdmen, right? They've got like big talons and wings and they look like birds and they've got like feathers like birds. And they like come out of portals. They can fly, but not in a like I flap my wings kind of fly way, but they've got like they've got gems as well. Not Evangelion. They've got gems as well, and they can kind of fly, but not like wings fly. It's not Rick and Morty, it's not Birdman. So, anyway, one of them gets into a fight and gets damaged, and then the girl comes across them and kind of makes friends with them. Oh, wait, the machines are not like the machines in The Matrix. They're more like the walkers in Star Wars, Episode 2. Like, they're big clankers. I'm pretty sure they're called clankers. Help me. Anyway, press the play button, Zach. Okay,
fine. No wonder why we're all taking sick of that, right?
Novel,
someone said you really seem like you're not happy doing YouTube. Do you still have love for it? I will always
Tundra
have love for
Snow,
YouTube. And I think what
people.
makes me probably come off as not happy doing this anymore, besides
looks like there aren't many great searches matches for your search. Okay.
the shit that I'm going through in my real life, is probably, honestly, when I think of YouTube...
Clunker machines, bird people.
I think of the hate. I think
Leviathan? Hawk Song? No. Can't be that. I'm sure it's called,
the harassment that I've gone through, that the people in my life have gone through, just because they're associated with me. I think of the bullying and the fat shaming. I think of the reaction channels, the slander, the speculation, the rumors.
Yeah, that's me.
And it puts me in a really...
Was it called Leviathan? In the cusp of World War One? No. It was definitely not that.
Bad headspace, and I'm trying my hardest to get out of that and realize that there's more...
Was this all just a fever dream of, like, year 8 Zach? Possibly. Can I think of some character names? No. There were 3 of them, and there was one... Oh, there were 3 of them. Two girls and a boy. I can see the cover. It's like a crystal cave situation type of deal. And I'm pretty sure that... the reason why the protagonist girl was so important was because she could, like, tune with the crystals, and the crystals made the machines work. I'm not going crazy, gamer. I'm trying to... Del Toro Quest? I don't think it was Del Toro Quest. Wait, Lottie, we have played this game so many times. Where the heck does the cave come in? The cave has crystals. It's not Del Toro Quest. Okay, cave, crystals, attune, clankers, novel, fantasy. It's not the Crystal Cave. Arthurian Saga 1. The Crystal Cave. I don't think it's that. No, it's not that. It wasn't about Arthurian legend.
YouTube, there's more to the audience who is watching me than
Jenny, thank you very much for the super chat. Jenny says, you might like this one. There's this guy in the desert, and he has to fight his dad with flashlights, and there's 2 robots and a girl with donut hair. Star Trek. Yeah, that's... Thank you for the super chat. Jenny, I appreciate it. I'm not mixing up things. Y'all... I'm not on crystals, Hawaiian. Oh my god. Geomancer! Holy god, Meg! You got it. Geomancer. That was the title of the book. It was called Geomancer. Y'all, how did no one suggest that? Geomancer. No, not Raid Shadow Legends. Not until I'm... not until I'm what's that word? Nope, can't even think about it. Tian is the protagonist. Okay, so the let me read the blurb for y'all, so I can tell you exactly Hold on, wait. Where's the synopsis? Synopsis. We'll get to you in a moment, Amby. I'm having fun here. Okay, here's the plot synopsis. So I'm going to read it to you, and you're going to tell me how close I was to what it actually was. Okay, so plot summary. Geomancer. Geomancy is a magic that humanity's allies and enemies alike are desperate to control, but it is deadly to the user. No, this is... I need the book's synopsis, not what it is. Don't care about the talent. Okay, here it is. By Ian Irving. How could I forget that name? Ian Irving. 200 years after the forbidding was broken, Santhana is locked in a war with the Larynx. It's not larynx, it's larynx, but in my brain I pronounced it larynx. It's not larynx, it's larynx. Intelligent, winged predators who will do anything to gain their own world. Because that's right, their world got destroyed by something, and they're like pretty much in a mission in the void to find a new world. Turns out that it's Geomancer's world. Despite the development of battle clankers, fucking nailed it. And mastery of the crystals, again, nailed it, kind of. We got there. That power them. Humanity is losing. Tian, a lonely crystal worker, not that type of crystal, in a clanker manufactory, nailed it, is experimenting with an entirely new kind of crystal. This whole wind-up in this first book was hard. It was like 4 chapters of her tinkering with crystal. It was, and before, I didn't know what crystal was, so I couldn't even make it funny. When she begins to have extraordinary visions, the crystal, crystal has woken her latent talent for geomancy, the most powerful of all the secret arts and the most perilous, falsely accused of sabotage by her rival Irisis? I thought it was Iris. Tian flees for her life, struggling to control her talent, and hunted by the Larynx. Tian follows her visions all the way to wherever. I didn't actually ever finish the book. I always got about halfway through and it got really slow. Yeah. So anyway, chat, what did I miss? What do you mean nothing alike? What do you mean nothing alike? That was pretty much a perfect... Is this everybody's face right now? Is this everybody's face? Anyway, that was a fun night. That was fun. Yeah, Pulpy describing random books is it's very fun. Yes, I ranted about a book I didn't finish. Yes. Because I think I had a point. Hey, Marissa, good to see you. I think I had a point. That's right, I had a point. Robert Jordan, who wrote The Wheel of Time, I enjoyed a lot more than Ian Irving, who wrote Geomancer. End of. AC, thank you for being here for 20 months. I appreciate it, always. AC says, my crystal upgraded. It did! Look, you got a red crystal now. Thank you very much for the support, my friend, and it's good to see you today. Bloody, look, I was pretty proud of the fact that I remembered what the big machines were called, okay? That's pretty much a passing grade.
The negativity, it's hard because sometimes...
She's going off about reaction channels and their negativity. I just sat here for 12 minutes trying to poorly describe a book that I haven't read for at least, 15 years. Excellent. Yeah, we're all a bunch of negative Nellies over here, huh?
Life I've gone through just because they're associated with me. I think of the bullying and the fat shaming. I think of the reaction channels, the slander, the speculation, the rumors, and it puts me in a really bad headspace, and I'm trying my hardest to... I got crystals and clunkers right, and her, playing with stuff in a manufacturing plant or something. And there were 3 of them, because there's a boy as well. Isn't there always? Keon, thank you for being here for 2 months, mate. I appreciate the support. Keon says, a long walk for a short drink of water stack. I don't even think I got the drink of water, to be fair, Keon. I just, put my toes in it. Thank you for being here for 2 months. Get out of that and realize that there's more to YouTube.
See, now, if Amber came live and decided to, enjoy her chat in this way, that would be great. Wouldn't that be great? That would be endearing.
More to the audience who is watching me than just the negativity. It's hard because sometimes you can be told 100 different times, oh, you're a good person, or I support you, or you're in my prayers, but then you see that one comment that's like,
oh my
you're
God.
fat, you're a liar. And it's that's the one that sticks with you.
So stop reading the comments. Stop relying on the comments to give you some form of validation, be it negative or positive. Make your content, leave it be.
It's hard. Sometimes I'm more numb, and sometimes I'm not. By me thinking subconsciously, and honestly, it's intrusive thoughts. I don't choose to think of the negative. So I can't even say that it's my fault. And if you struggle with intrusive thoughts, then I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. When I have intrusive thoughts about YouTube, and it's just all the negativity, it does make it hard for me to love it like I used to. And I'm trying to get out of that. I'm trying to get out of the slump, but it is hard. When everything around...
I mean, I'd suggest just taking a break and finding something a little bit more fulfilling in your life, but whatevs. Like talking about books.
One thing is so negative, it makes you want to just like never do that one thing. But I love doing that one.
Definitely cooking.
I love doing YouTube. I love talking to you guys. I love uploading.
No, you don't, though. You literally just said you don't love it. But I love doing this. No, you don't. You like the validation. You like knowing that people think about you, talk about you, doing all of that stuff, which I get, I understand. But at the end of the day, you can't rely on the validation of people on the internet to, one, always be positive, and two, to function in your real life. Like, that's weird. It's weird as hell.
Editing. I love the whole process of YouTube, and I'm so grateful that this is how I make my money. Like, this is my job. And that's what actually brings me to my next question, which is, are you going to keep reading comments?
Oh, Serena, we could do that, yeah. I'm pretty forgetful when it comes to, like, people, places, events, and names. So, yes, yeah. Describe musical theatre poorly, describe Drag Race poorly, describe events in Girl World poorly. Yes, I could do all of those things. 100%. I'm pretty sure that's just my brand, though.
So as you guys have probably seen lately, I have been hearting comments. I have been replying to comments. I've been super active in my Instagram DMs. And I've realized it's taking a toll, especially because so many people think that they're my doctor. It's really hard to be going through this health.
I think it's more fun to incorporate all the different styles of content into one, you know?
Situation type deal, this journey, and sharing it with so many people online and having people...
Wait, Elle, was the season 11 one the one... the Zoom one?
Diagnose me.
Pretty sure it was the Zoom
undiagnose
one, right?
me. Assume that I'm lying. Assume that the doctors are wrong. Assume things about my health. It is hard. And it is so anxiety inducing, while I already am just suffering with my own freaking anxiety about all of it. So I'm officially done reading the comments. I am done going into my Instagram.
What happened to Ambi's book club?
DMs for now. This is just something that I need to do for myself.
Oh, that was season 12. Season 11 was after Aquaria.
Because I noticed days where I interact.
Which one am I missing here?
Sadly,
there's so many seasons.
This is reality right now, though. But I noticed that days where I interact with my audience are days that I feel worse. Days that I have more anxiety. Days that I hate myself more. Days that I hate my life more. Days where
see, 11 was where I started to fall off.
I don't hold on to as much hope. To know if it's a good comment or a bad comment, I have to read the bad. So it's not like I can just skip over the bad. So I noticed that by me not reading comments on certain days, I just feel better, more hopeful.
Ooh, Wikipedia.
And I'm not so much in my head with like constant anxiety.
Wait. Season 11 had a really, really good... Season 11 was a good one. Why did I fall off there? I think that was just too much. Too much.
So for now, I have to kind of put a wall up. And I know a lot of people can say, turn off the comments. What's the point if I'm just not going to read them?
Not much happened, but was super popular. Then there'd be a plot twist towards the end of the season. It's on Netflix and hasn't. Is that Friends? Talking about Friends? Is Friends on Netflix?
I'm going to leave them up because A, you guys have free voice. It's freedom of speech. Say what you want, but I don't have to read that. Are there any other Lego sets that you have had your eye on? Yes, actually quite a few, but I'm just going to stick to my dream Lego, which is...
Rages. That would actually be mildly entertaining.
Titanic Lego. I have wanted this Lego since it first came out, but it is really pricey. On Lego.com, it's not too bad. It's a little over $600, which I can justify.
$600 US is a lot for Lego, but you do you.
But it's sold out. So when I go to like Walmart.com or like the good old Amazon moment, it's almost $1,000 for that Lego. I'm just like, I cannot justify that. For some reason, I could justify a little over $600 because it'll take me forever.
I just think about what I could purchase for $600 and... Look, I mean, if Lego's your hobby, go for it. But that's like a pair and a half of new skates.
Really helped me so much with like
a lot of skates.
My mental headspace, like distract me from things. Doing Legos is just, it puts me at such like a piece. I can't explain it. And it's a very good distraction. That is literally the one. It's over 9,000 pieces. Can you guys even imagine? The biggest Lego I've done was over 4,000 pieces. Go one day. And no, like I am so weird about large groups of people now. It like makes me sick. Plus on top of that, I am an awkward turtle. If you see me in public, I would love for you to come up to me. Always come up to me. I might be awkward and nervous, but I'm very like welcoming and I love meeting you guys. But like having an
given the option, I'm going to politely decline.
Actual area.
Yeah, AC, $600. Well, I think $600 was the one for the Titanic that she was saying, or the piano one, either or. Can't remember. I often forget a lot of what Ambi says. But it's still a lot of money. Think about how many art supplies you could get for $600. $600 US.
To meet y'all.
Did I tell you, AC, I got paint pens? I did. I got paint pens. They're cute. They're really cute. There's some metallic ones in here, and I'm planning on decorating our wedding planner with them. It's gonna be real fun. But then again, you know, Mr. Creamy's getting in the way of us planning a wedding. God damn it.
I couldn't do it. I am way too awkward. I'm way too anxious. Can we get more going out vlogs, like eating at restaurants and shopping videos?
I get the reference, yes. We actually used to have an emoji turtle. Wait, do we still have the turtle? I don't think we have the turtle. I think it's over on the Discord.
Yes, I would love that. I think I was going shopping in almost like every single vlog before I hurt my ankle. I love shopping, even if it's something as simple as, oh my god, I gotta go get some apples from the store. Once I hurt my ankle, y'all started noticing, oh my god, why is she just sitting in her videos? Why isn't she vlogging? Why is she like just in her apartment?
I'm sorry, did people actively notice a difference of Ambi doing stuff versus what we've got recently? Oh no, the turtle's still here! Look at that awkward turtle. It's great. It's the turtliest of turtles.
It's because I had to heal from my ankle. My ankle's pretty much healed, y'all. Like, I'm walking, I'm doing my damn thing, but then this whole breathing thing started happening, and the
all those turtles. Just for L.
pain and the cough. So that's also another reason why I haven't been like out and doing things. I really hope that soon enough I could just, everything can get figured out and I can start feeling better and start just doing more. Not even just for you guys, because I'm sorry the vlogs are bland. This is just my life right now. But like for me, for my well-being. You guys hate seeing me in this apartment. Imagine how I feel, especially with my whole ankle.
I mean, I'm, in all honesty, Ambi, and I pretty consistently watch your stuff when it comes out now. I'm always expecting you to be sitting in here. Even before Danglefoot, like, you were always at home. What are you talking about? I legitimately can't remember. She went to a Starbucks and a bookstore once. I'm like, honestly, and she took us walking that one time when she tippy tumbled, but I legitimately can't remember the last place Ambi took us out. Like, since Faline entered the picture.
Debacle. Like, I just felt so trapped. And then, like, once my ankle started healing, it's like another thing trapped me. I'm just like, really? Really? So I'm hoping I can get the key and become untrapped soon, because trust me, we all want freedom.
You were literally just walking around. Actually, no, you took us out to the doctor's the other day, where you were walking around. What is this word, salad bar? Get out of town. You literally took us to the doctor's office. We saw you walking around. What are all of these excuses? Just, you don't need excuses. Don't answer questions that you don't want to answer. Or just be honest with it. Yeah, you haven't seen me out and about all that much because I've just been really lazy. Sorry. God damn it.
We all want
Me catching myself up being like, yeah, no, will this happen, justifying all it. No! You just don't want to leave the house, and you showed us the other day at the doctor's. Whatever.
to go shopping.
Oh my god, sexy bod.
We all want to go do
Nice slutty.
things. Like, there are things that I want to do. Hopefully that's coming up soon. Someone asked, do you play Skyrim? I actually currently do not play Skyrim. I used
Because of the Faline thing.
to play Skyrim when I lived in Virginia, which was so long ago. Oh my god, I lived in Virginia forever ago. How long has it been?
I don't think there will be a time in our future where Skyrim isn't getting a new release. Isn't that wild?
It's been like 8
It's like the Simpsons of the current generation.
years, and I was obsessed.
How long has Skyrim been out? 2012?
Obsessed with Skyrim. Will you ever address the Gracie rumors? So if you guys don't know, Gracie was Destiny's cat. Destiny is my ex. And Destiny and I...
Skyrim was released in 2011. So right now there are 11-year-olds out there who have never experienced a world without Skyrim. Think of that. Think of that.
moved into an apartment together. And if you guys don't know
Elle, would you watch me play Skyrim?
anything about cats, they hate moving and they hate new environments 9 times out of 10. And when cats run away, it's usually because they just moved into a place that's new. Gracie tried to run away multiple times when we first moved into the apartment, and I know Gracie was not happy there because we had a roommate who had a pit bull puppy.
Oh, she's addressing Gracie's disappearance.
Who did annoy Gracie a lot. Gracie just was not used to that type of energy. There was actually a point, was it a couple days before Gracie officially ran away, where she ran outside and I had to go get her. This happened when Destiny would open the door.
Serena, you've never played Skyrim? Well, you know what? Kudos to you for avoiding it for all of this time. It's a really fun game. Just, like, don't pay full price for it.
It happened when our roommate would open the door. It happened when friends would open the door. It was anybody and everybody. And it was something that we really had to focus on. Like, if that door was being opened for any freaking reason, we had to pay attention and we had to make sure Gracie was not getting out. And I remember there was one morning.
Oh, yeah, Pac, I forgot. You're right. We did see all of that. That's really sad seeing Destiny, like, taping those photos to the missing posters and Ambi just kind of kicking back on her brand new lounge. Remember the new couch? The new red couch? Ambi was more focused on telling her she bought a new couch yawl and it was red than actually helping her then partner Find the missing cat. Yes, no, you're right, Pack. Thank you for the note. Appreciate it.
It was around like 10. I was like, why hasn't Gracie meowed at the door? Because that was like her daily routine, was meowing at the door for some food for breakfast. I didn't hear it. We went searching through the apartment, and Gracie was nowhere to be found. The roommate was a stripper who worked weird hours, very weird. Would come home.
I can't remember her name, but I remember seeing her.
4 a.m. in the morning. Would come home drunk. Would come home high.
Sarah.
With friends, several people. Her boyfriend. It was that night prior that she.
Seagulls has the direct quote. Do you miss Gracie, babe? Oh, so this is our new couch. Jessica? Was it Jessica? Jessica. It was Jessica.
Came home around 3 a.m.
I have, Yes, I have.
With her boyfriend. And before...
I prefer hateful boyfriend, however. And the KFC game.
Destiny and I went to sleep. We said goodnight to Gracie. It was like typical...
Look, if you're interested in Pulpy playing romance novels, we can go down that route.
Routine. That is what we did. And then when we went to...
Demon Sword Boyfriend? What's that game called?
Sleep. We would put Gracie out in the living room because we wanted to sleep with the door shut, but the litter box was not in the bedroom, so we didn't want to have her like go to the bathroom in the
Lydia,
bedroom with the
hello.
litter box.
Where are we in the Amberverse? In a few places.
Anyways,
she hurt her foot. Something's wrong with her lung. She doesn't want to go outside. Lipedema.
So it was the roommate who did it. Destiny knows that.
Boyfriend Dungeon, is that the one? Dream Daddy, that would be a good game to play on stream, El.
I know that. Roommate knows that. There's another rumor that I need to dispose of. Absolutely not true. People said that I had a wasabi fund. I did.
You did?
I think I had maybe $10 for a cat. That's it. And people are saying that I had this whole wasabi fund.
You had a wasabi fund. So you literally showed it in the video where you were talking about Gracie still being missing. Or at least one of them. Around the same time.
I got rid of Gracie because I had enough money for a cat. Absolutely not. So after Gracie went missing, we went searching and we searched for a while. And Destiny...
I mean, Brandon, it did have a label on it. It literally had a note stuck to it that said Wasabi Fund. So yes, you did.
Brought up to me, let's get you a cat. I was actually quite shocked. Gotta admit, it actually meant a lot. And I made sure to talk to her. I was like, but what about Gracie? How do you feel because Gracie? Isn't
this also the person who had to give away animals because her leasing agent said to her, you can't keep more than 2 or something? This was a different conversation to the Gracie thing though, right? Didn't they end up having 3 or 4 animals and their leasing agent was like, no, you can't have more than 2, and they had to rehome another animal? Am I misremembering things? No, I'm remembering things. I swear I'm remembering things.
Made sure to put her feelings first, and she was like, no, that's fine. First we went to the animal
BB, they were handmade.
Shelter. There was no adoptable...
Oh yeah, Scarlett. Oh, that was really sad.
Cats, which was really weird.
Hope Scarlett's doing well out there.
There was one that I absolutely fell in love with. Wasn't adoptable, was so sad. So we went to this other place, which was called Petland, and we met Wasabi. His name was actually Bogart, and we met him, 3 months old, and we both fell in love.
Just gonna say, big supporter for adopting from shelters, not purchasing. But anyway.
Destiny needed that cat. We did not have money currently for that cat. So at the time, I actually had a 3DS that I was obsessed with that I sold for Wasabi. And I also had an iPod because, yes, those were popular back then. This was 7 years ago. So iPods were still a thing. Sold my iPod. So I sold 2 devices that I absolutely loved because I thought Wasabi could not only help me, but also help Destiny.
Okay.
And we decided together to get a cat together. And this whole rumor that I let Gracie out on purpose is just absolutely disgusting. It's repulsive almost.
I still remember the story about how there was a frog and a spider, and then the frog ate the spider, and then the frog was jumping, and Gracie just, booked it outside, running like a ninja. I think that's the quote. Nostalgic memories about Ambi content. You gotta love it.
Because I loved Gracie very, very much. Probably one of the sweetest cats in the whole world. Truthfully, hands down. So that rumor is just ridiculous. And
it's exactly what she said.
It's just another thing for people to try to control, narrate. It's just another rumor for you guys to create and just have fun with.
I don't think the frog ate the spider. I think she was either talking about a spider that was jumping or a frog that got inside and Ambi couldn't get to the door, and then Gracie booked it like a ninja outside.
But you have to realize that there's real feelings and real people involved. Sorry, but that rumor is not true. Someone asked Team Edward or Team Jacob. I want to say
Team Bella.
Team Jacob.
It's Team Bella.
Because I just like him better. I think he loves better. I don't know what it is.
He loves... Sorry. This is going to take forever. I'm not going to gym tonight.
And real people involved. Sorry, but that rumor is not true. Someone asked Team Edward or Team Jacob. I want to say Team Jacob.
Look, if I had to choose one of them... Lynn says he's hotter. That's why, Amber. Lydia, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Lydia says, we need a Pulpy puppy. Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to. If I could be a good pet parent with everything going on at the moment, I would love to. But that's a long-term commitment that would need me to be sensible in some aspects. Thank you for the support, though. So, look, it's confession time. Speaking of poorly described books, I have... shooting myself in the foot, not shitting myself in the foot. I tried... Look, and like I said, I'm a bit of a nerd. I enjoy reading fantasy novels, or at least I did when I had more time. I got one chapter into Twilight, and I had to put it down. And it wasn't about, like, preconceived notions or anything like that. I just had a friend who was really, really, really into it, and he just built it up a lot and was just like, oh my god, you're gonna love it, you're gonna love it, you gotta read it, we gotta talk about it. And I was like, alright, I'll give it a try, and I read the first chapter, and I was like, it hasn't hooked me, and it seems really basic, and I'm gonna go read about, like, some deep lore shit, and this is kind of just really surface level, and I'm not really interested. It's like, no, you have to give it a chance, it gets better in the third book, and I'm like, I don't have the time. And then the movie started coming out, and I was just like, maybe I'll sit down and watch it, and I'm pretty sure I watched the first movie up to the point where the car almost smushes Bella, and then I just noped out. So I've never actually sat down and read and or watched anything, like, in full of Twilight. I understand the references, and I've watched a lot of clips, but I've never actually sat down to watch it. Look, Pulpy describes media poorly. I really liked... Alice seemed cool because she had fun hair. She's the one that throws the baseball in the baseball scene, right? Alice? Who the heck is Alice? And her boyfriend is the shaggy-haired pale dude. And then Edward's the main character who's also really pale but kind of sparkles like glitter in that one scene in the forest. Jacob turns into a doggy. The name's not Carla Meme, but it's close. Dr. Vampire Man. Dr. Vampire Man. Yeah, Dr. Vampire Man. And his wife, Esme. No, Resme? Was that a... Renee. No. Anyway, then I understand there's a big battle with Martin Sheen. Big battle with Martin Sheen. That, spoiler alert, it turns out was all a dream. Again, Alice just being an iconic character. Or was that Bella? Did Bella get super precognition? No, I think that was just Alice. Dr. Vampire Man's head gets cut off in that scene. Yes. And they're not the Illuminati, they're the Senate. No, maybe not the Senate. The judges. It was Alice? Okay, good. Good. Yeah, and then Volturi. Sure, yeah, that's close. And then... and then Bella gets pregnant, and then Bella's vampire baby tries to murder her from the inside, but things kind of all work out in the end, so that's fine. Wait, did she get pregnant while she's still human, and then she gets turned, and then everything's fine? Is that how that plot thread goes? Probably. And then she gives birth to a CGI demon. Turns out it's not a vampire. And I remember reading an article where they said that, like, they used a puppet or doll for the CGI demon baby, but it was so frightening that no one could act alongside it, which is fair. It's a hard prop to act beside. And then Jacob imprints on Demon Vampire Baby, which is really weird and problematic. Have I have I got that down? Have I got that down? Oh, Renesmee was the demon baby. Got it. Cool. Great. Noted. Half vampire. What do you mean half vampire? Okay, great. So, sorry, Amby. We were just having fun with books. Again, Amby, you could really be... Take a leaf out of my book. Because of books. Take a leaf out of my book and just start a live stream. Talk about books. Try to walk your way through it and hope that your chat can assist you. It's fun. It's a good time.
Because I just like him better. I think he loves better. I don't know what it is. I just prefer...
The bottom half is vampire. Perfect. Sarah, all I see you writing is resume, and I don't think that's the name of the character.
For him, but like knowing that he was actually in love with Bella's daughter creeps me out. But I'm still Team Jacob. What is the hardest?
That's all she got. I had like 10 minutes of shenanigans talking about. Oh man, yeah, Amber, you've really got to lean into the fun on YouTube because it's meant to be fun.
Part about losing weight.
It's resume, Renesmee. I see Renesmee, not resume.
I think it's definitely like my binge eating, my food addiction / emotional eating / comfort eating. I've always turned to food. It's very hard to get out of that habit. I'm trying to find ways to not do that, but it just feels impossible sometimes. Plus, on top of that, I actually learned something today.
And what was Dr. McVampireface's deal anyway? Adopting all of these vampires and pretending to be a family. That's weird. They're all adults. Why is he adopting a family? That's weird. Also, why was there no magic? That's my issue. If you're going to go all spoopy and supernatural... Oh my god, speaking of spoopy and... Spoopernatural. Sorry, coined it. Speaking of spoopernatural, last night, couldn't sleep. We're talking about television shows. And chat, I understand. You're all here. You're all here for this individual here. I get it. But, you know, sometimes we have fun here. So last night, couldn't sleep. I was just scrolling through Amazon Prime being like, I just want something really dumb to watch. And I was like, I don't want to watch Lower Decks again because it's dumb, but it's also really fun. I really like Lower Decks. I'm a little bit of a nerd, FYI. And then I watched Moonfall and I was like, okay, great. Let me just find something really weird. And all of a sudden, I started getting these terrible flashbacks. Just regret, instant regret of this face, actually. This was my face last night at about 8 o'clock. Of remembering all of those terrible, like, sci-fi, early 2000 era television shows. And we've spoken about it before. There's the one with Dr. Magnus something or other. Ooh, I can't remember the name. Ooh, it's got that guy who turns into a werewolf and Jack the Ripper and her daughter's in it for the first couple of seasons until she gets taken away. Dr. Magnus Hastings. And the TV show is called... Played by the actor from Stargate, who's the blonde doctor. Here we go again. It's not The Boys. It's not Supernatural. Dr. Magnus Hastings. At least I remembered her name. Wait, no, Magnus Hastings is the photographer. Shit. Iconic photographer, by the way. Shoots a lot of queens and queer individuals in America. If you haven't checked out Magnus Hastings' work, please feel free to do so. Jack the Ripper. Dr. Hastings, Jack the Ripper. I'm sure it's Hastings. Maybe not. Jack the Ripper TV show, early 2000s. With a werewolf? With a werewolf. That's not working. All right. Sanctuary, Samantha. Thank you. It's Sanctuary. Sorry. I just have a hard time remembering everything. It's not even the point of the story. Annie, thank you very much for the super chat and the support once again. Annie says, Twilight was written by a Mormon. She donated some of her books money to funding passage of the repeal of marriage equality in California. Really? That's why the book isn't spooky and has family to offset the... Oh, I see. Interesting, Annie. Again, I have no point of reference, but thank you for the note and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And was Was it Twilight? No, 50 Shades of Grey was written as a fanfic of Twilight. That's the way that worked. But Twilight came out after Harry Potter, but there was also no witchcraft. Anyway, thank you for the support. Okay, Sanctuary. So, I was remembering things like Sanctuary, and then a TV show came up, and I'm pretty sure it was called this. Okay, it was a Canadian drama series. I remember that because it specifically gave kind of like off-brand sci-fi. And I don't know whether or not it was on Sci-Fi, but I feel like it might have been. No, it was on Showcase. Anyway, it was one of those... So it was a time when I was all like, oh, great. Like, torrenting TV shows that we don't get over here. That's going to be a big thing. Somehow I fell down a rabbit hole in the, like, 2010s. There's a television show called Lost Girl. It's about fae, right? And not in a, ooh, what's that book series with... Okay. We'll get to that. It's a TV show called Lost Girl. And it's about a girl who is a succubus. But she doesn't know that she's a succubus. And then she meets fae all of a sudden in this city/town. And there's light fae and there's dark fae. And then her mum shows up, who she has never had any contact with and doesn't know, and teaches her how to be a succubus. And then Mama Succubus has this big plan to destroy the political, fae hierarchy, goes and murders a bunch of people, and then it's succubus v succubus, mum v daughter, and then some people make some sacrifices, and then the mum dies, or maybe she doesn't, and then there's 2 more seasons of it, which is great. Yes, it's called Lost Girl. How Lee's in on it. Lee says Lost Girl is the best. Thank you very much, Lee. I'm not the only one. Yeah, Mama Succubus. So anyway, if anyone out there is interested in just putting some dumb TV on in the background and you have Amazon Prime, I highly recommend Lost Girl. Maybe not highly recommend, just if you want to live in a very specific 2010, 2013 kind of era, I recommend watching. You've never heard of it? Well, it's very specifically Canadian. I can't believe more people haven't seen it. Wow. Anyway, the book I was thinking of is about a paranormal detective-y dude. I'm pretty sure it's based in LA. The Dresden Files. Nailed it that time. See, it didn't take me 20 minutes to figure out what book I was talking about. Anyway, back to Ambi.
When I went to the lymphoma specialist, I will talk to you guys about... You'll just see. I don't want to get into it right now.
Again, for an individual who reads 27 books a month, you'd think there'd be more literature talk. Turns out not so much.
But there are things that are preventing me from losing weight. I knew I wasn't crazy, and you guys will know more. So, to be continued. Favorite author. So, my favorite author...
Oh, we are talking books.
I want to say V.C. Andrews just because
How's it called Lost Girl? I always thought that was like a sitcom. No, I think she's lost as in she doesn't know who she is. And then it turns out she's a succubus. Yes.
The way that they write is very compelling. Not too hard to understand, but it's like grasping. It's like, what is happening? It's always like the craziest storylines.
I don't even know who she's talking about. Sorry, chat. I'm going to have to rewind it because I can't focus.
I think it's definitely...
Oh, no. Too far.
I actually learned something today when preventing me from losing weight. I want to say V.C. Andrews just because
V.C. Andrews. Noted.
The way that they write is very compelling. Not too hard to understand, but it's like grasping. It's like, what is happening? It's always like the craziest storylines. And I just love me a V.C. Andrews moment. So if you like to read, pick you up a V.C. Andrews book, but make sure it's not like in the middle of a series, because V.C. Andrews has quite a few series. So make sure you look up books. Some are just by themselves novels, by what?
Virginia Cleo Andrews was born on June 6, 1923 in Portsmouth, Virginia, where she later attended high school and then studied art. She had rheumatoid arthritis as a young woman. She had to use crutches and later a wheelchair. I have no information or knowledge about V.C. Andrews, and I would like to know. Petals on the Wind is a film in 2014. Novels by V.C. Andrews. That's the one I actually want. Books. I have no idea.
Some books are just by themselves novels. That's hard to say. I don't know why. And then there's a lot of series. So make sure you pick up the right thing.
Petals of the Wind was written in 1980.
But honestly, the stories are just so interesting.
Are they interesting because you haven't named one single title yet?
To me, and I'm just this is wild. This is just wild. So
I think this is fake. This is fakery. She's a fake fan. Fakey McGee.
Someone asked, do you still have a lot of journals? No, I used to have
That was giving big, I read 27 books this month vibes. Yes.
300 plus. It was crazy.
Oh, Portsmouth? What did I say?
Now I'm sitting at, I think I have 12 or something, so not that many, and I actually use them now. They're not just sitting, collecting dust. I'm a writing machine every single day. Someone asked, are you thinking of buying your pets any costumes for Halloween this year? I don't know. I don't dress up my cats. They don't like it. I'm not gonna...
It's just what she said, Marissa.
Have them be in any sort of like situation that makes them uncomfortable, so we'll not be doing that. Twinkie loves her a clothes moment. When I put on something cute for her, she gets the zoomies, she likes...
Okay, chat. For those of you who do know VC Andrews, do we have a recommendation on a book that might, like, introduce us to a particular writing style or themes that are continued throughout?
To show off, you know, she loves it.
Should I read? Is essentially because it was either going to be dragons or VC Andrews now.
I already have a few Halloween costumes from her, just from past
Flowers in the Attic is the most popular. Okay.
years, but she's lost weight, so I'm not sure if they're gonna fit her. If she does,
wait, but it was made into a movie, right? Can I just watch the movie?
You guys will obviously see it in a future vlog. What's your favorite TV show right now? Oh my god, how can...
Okay, Janet has just said no. And also says apparently a book sucked based on chat. Oh no, that's not good. Cookie has said I'll hate it. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just pull an Amber and read the blurb.
I forget. So earlier when I said what TV shows am I watching, there's a show on Netflix called Are You the Mole? Or Who's the Mole? Or The Mole? Something about a mole.
We had the mole in Australia, yes.
So good. It is like reality based.
Yes.
These people competing in challenges, but there's one person who actually...
See the way she talks about TV shows versus books. I'm not judging. I mean, consume whatever the hell you want to consume. But, like, I don't know. I think it's interesting.
Is trying to not compete. No one knows who it is, though, because they want to win at the end.
Read the blurb? Okay, let me find the blurb. I can read the Wikipedia.
So if you like shows...
It's a good time. Flowers in the Attic is a 1979 gothic novel. Maybe I will enjoy it, by V.C. Andrews. It is the first book in the Dollenganger, series. Was followed by Petals on the Wind, If There Be Thorns, Seeds of Yesterday, Garden of Shadows, Christopher's Diary, Secrets of Foxworth, Christopher's Diary, Echoes of Dollenganger, and Christopher's Diary, Secret Brother. You know, excuse me, Miss Andrews, you were on a run there with the plant puns, but then Christopher's Diary just went and ruined it all. The novel is written in the first person. Oh, that's a hard read. From the point of view of Kathy Dollenganger. It was twice adapted into films in 1987 and 2014. The book was extremely popular, selling over 40 million copies worldwide. Plot! In 1957, the Dollenganger family, father Christopher, mother Corrine, 14-year-old Chris and 12-year-old Kathy, and 5-year-old twins Carrie and Corey. Why they all got to start with a C? Mary, what are you doing? Sorry, Veronica, Victoria. Cleo. Okay, Cleo. Cleo, what are you doing? Oh, boy. Gladstone, Pennsylvania, until Christopher Sr. is killed in a car accident, leaving Corrine deep in debt with no means to support her children. Your first person and everybody's name starts with C. That's going to be a headache. On the verge of their home being foreclosed, Corrine reveals to the children that as a young woman, her marriage to Christopher so offended her multi-millionaire father, Malcolm Foxworth, doesn't start with a C, that he disinherited her. Now the elderly Malcolm is dying of heart disease, and Corrine intends to return to her childhood home of Foxworth Hall in Virginia to win back her father's affection in time to be reinstated into his will. Because Malcolm, who's in the middle, is unaware that Corrine had children by her marriage to Christopher. How is Dad going to be unaware of the kids? Children must hide in a secluded upstairs room of the enormous Foxworth Hall until Corrine can break the news to her father. This is not a good idea. Hiding your secret kids in the attic from your dad. Bad idea. She assumes the children that they will only be in the room for a few days. Huh. So they get locked up there. Grandma forces Corrine to reveal to her children that the reason for her disinheritance was that Christopher was Malcolm's younger half-brother. Gasp! And thus Corrine's half-uncle. Okay, so Corrine pulled a full Targaryen, got with her half-uncle, and made 5 babies. The children are products of incest. Grandmother believes the children are the devil's spawn and is obsessed with the idea of incest, forbidding all contact between opposite sexes. How are you going to make babies? While prohibiting the children from making noise or opening the room's window, only in the attic are they free to play. Oh my god. It's like a soap opera reading. Yes, we'll continue. Kathy and Chris, who are the 2 eldest? Yeah. Oh no, are they going to make babies? Attempt to make the best of the situation, by decorating the attic with paper flowers to create an imaginary garden for the twins. The grandmother comes every morning with a picnic basket, picnic basket filled with the day's food and interrogates the children about their modesty and piety. All right, Nana sounds a bit out of it. Questions the children are too innocent to fully understand. That was getting dark. Initially, their mother visits multiple times per day, bringing toys and gifts, but over time, her visits grow sporadic. After months have passed. Months? Mum, come back. Kathy and Chris comfort her as she promises they will be freed in only days. Corrine finally confesses that they must remain in the room until their grandfather dies. Is Corrine going to murder Dad? I feel like Corine's probably going to murder Dad. A year later, okay, maybe not, Kathy and Chris have both entered puberty while the twins are... Oh no, this is a situation type of deal I can't get on board with. Twins are stunted from inadequate nutrition and lack of sunlight with no other outlets. Kathy and Chris develop a romantic and sexual attraction. I knew it. I called it. I could feel it in my waters. Towards each other, they do their best to deny their feelings. You said gothic, like, fantasy, right? Gothic novel? This is just feeling weird. It's bad weird. Grandmother catches Chris staring at a half-dressed Kathy and punishes the children by cutting off their food supply for 2 weeks. While the children pray their mother will reappear in time to save them. On the verge of starvation, Kathy and Chris decide to escape with the twins to find help before they can go through with the plan. Grandmother, Nana is mean, begins bringing food again, including a rare treat of powdered sugar donuts. Don't trust it. Soon afterwards, all the children begin to complain of constant minor illness. She's poisoning the kids. Nana, don't do it. Another year passes. Yo, these kids have been in the attic for 2 years. Jump out the window. Or push Nana down the stairs. I don't know, something. After an absence of several months, Corrine visits the children, explaining that she had been on a European honeymoon with her new... Okay, Corrine, you've broken the curse now. You got with Bart. That's close to C, but it's a B. Kathy and Chris are furious, but fear Corrine will abandon them permanently if they confront her. Okay, Mum's also terrible. Realizing that the twins' health is declining, Chris and Kathy decide to escape. Again, they waited a full year. Chris creates a wooden skeleton key. Locksmith Chris over here. Over the next several months, he and Kathy take turns slipping downstairs to their mother's suite to steal cash and jewelry to fund their lives outside. Dude, at this point, just run. You're literally prisoners in your Nana's weird, like, incest cult. Get out. One night, Kathy discovers her sleeping stepfather and kisses him. Excuse me? When Chris learns of the kiss. Oh, no. No. Terrible. Things are bad. One of the twins, Corey, becomes deathly ill. Kathy begs Corrine to take him to hospital. Corrine hesitates. Kathy just... Is there a happy ending? Just tell me there's a happy ending, because I'm reading some really bad stuff. Chris resumes stealing from Mum's room, only to discover Corrine and Bart have left the hall permanently. Oh no! Dropping on the servants. Wait, there are servants in this home? The rich, I tell you. Chris learns their grandfather died a year ago and that the grandmother has been leaving food contaminated with rat poison in the attic due to a mouse infestation. Chris connects these with the donuts they've been fed, realizes Corey died of arsenic poisoning. Right. The three remaining children finally leave the hall to catch a train to Florida. Oh, how happy. At the station, Chris reveals he discovered Corine's inheritance is conditional upon her having no children from her first marriage, and she, rather than the grandmother, was the one who most likely poisoned them. Chris and Kathy was the mum all along. Chris and Kathy decided against contacting the authorities as the main concern is to stay together, but Kathy vows that one day she will make Corrine pay for her crimes. Ooh! There you go. I don't think this is YA, Snarky. I think this is a lot. Oh, thanks, Elle. Sorry, chat. I wasn't paying attention. I got really deep in that. Monkey says, thank you for the super chat. Monkey says, never super chat before. Don't read if not into gothic incest. I probably should have had that alert come up a little bit quicker, Monkey. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, that's wild. Oh boy. Mildly interested in reading it. Can I handle it? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just going to flitter my way over to the nonsense that is Amber and just enjoy that. Yeah, hey Lindsay, lovely to see you. Hope you and the family are doing well. Yeah, I was just doing a reading of the Wikipedia of Flowers in the Attic. Never read it before, but apparently V.C. Andrews is Amby's favourite author at the minute. And I had no idea what they wrote, and then I decided to read the entire Wikipedia article of the plot. It's a lot. Don't recommend. Mushroom, thank you for being here for 6 months. Hello. Mushroom says, we read this in middle school. Y'all read this in school? The hell? We were reading, Looking for Alibrandi. I mean, I'm pretty sure every Australian high schooler read Looking for Alibrandi, to be fair. Looking for Alibrandi does not have, this. Does not have this. It has heavy themes, but it's not like, you know, attic family incest horror. No, not that. Different. Not that.
Thieving, challenges, like reality, like elimination moment.
You read that in school? Jesus. That is weird.
Netflix, The Mole, or Who's the Mole, whatever it's called. So good. But as for favorite TV show currently, Jersey Shore Family Vacation. It just has a really big...
Yeah, but Stephen King is not as, like... Stephen King's a little bit more like the unknowable horror. Give me The Mist any day. That's a very knowable horror. Jesus.
Part in my heart. I don't know what it is. Hashtag Vinny and Angelina. They just need to go to the boom boom room. You know what I'm saying? Do you like having a birthday near Christmas? Mine is a week before and I love it. That's actually really shocking that you love it. All the people that I've talked to who have a birthday near Christmas hate it. And I'm one of them. I hate it. Don't like it. I feel like I'm gypped, you know, because my birthday's on December 27th.
Life After 30 has confirmed Americans can read Flowers in the Attic in middle and high school. That is bonkers bananas. Captain Underpants is a hard no. Flowers in the Attic, that's fine. Okay. Okay then. That's weird.
So it's right after Christmas where everyone is just like so exhausted. You know, they just want to relax before New Year's, before they get all like New Year's out. It's just like this lull period where people forget that I exist or that I even have a birthday. Which reminds me.
Cookie, what do you mean it's written a lot lighter than Stephen King? These themes are not light.
So last year, it was Faline's birthday. And I forgot that it was Faline's birthday. And I didn't say happy birthday until I realized that she was mad at me.
I'm thinking of like the nonsense, like, are they aliens or are they like monsters kind of themes in Stephen King.
She wasn't talking to me. And I
specifically
said, what did I do? I was like so confused. I forgot her birthday. You guys, like, who does that? Are you
what did I miss Amber saying? Sorry.
Going to marry your...
Sorry, this is why I really should pay more attention to what I'm watching instead of just talking about books.
Girlfriend. You know what? That's my goal. So, put a ring on it. So many questions.
So many.
I still have more.
I mean, we got it.
5, 6, 7, 28, 29, 30!
Yeah, did you even do any?
I did 25.
We haven't done nothing.
Oh, this is Longy.
I love you.
Longy. Okay. Yeah, Pennywise is an alien monster. Correct. Lives in the sewer.
Next question is, what kind of app/software do you use for video editing? I just use iMovie. Straight, to the point.
Oh man, the era of the green lines back in the day.
Why do you rely on someone to do most things for you instead of doing it yourself?
Oh, there you go. Noted.
Don't know what that means. It's a different language. The only thing that I rely on someone for, which I know I shouldn't, it's driving. I have a horrible fear of driving. Faline loves to drive though. She doesn't care about taking me places if I have to go somewhere. I know it's bad to rely on someone in that way, but I can't get
Space Turtle. Pet Cemetery is also a very good book, yes.
out of my fear. And you know what? My last psychologist appointment, it is the first time I ever brought up my fear of driving. And she told me, you know, that's something we need to work on. You know that, right? So that means...
I feel like that might be a general response. But anyway.
That's something I'm going to be working on. But I don't really know what that means because I do everything for myself. A lot of people don't drive, though. I don't want to feel too guilty about it because it is an anxiety that I currently can't control. But I hope that in the future, the near future, I can control that in some way, some aspect. And I think my psychologist is going to help me with that. How could you walk home?
I mean, look, drive, don't drive, whatever. I know. I consider myself very lucky being in Brisbane, there being a lot of options for public transport.
With a dangling ankle.
Danglefoot. Jesus, I thought someone was beside me. Ugh. Faline just scared the shit out of me.
Excuse me!
My song just switched.
So you heard that? Y'all, listen.
Wait, Kate, which one's your favorite author?
Listen.
Who the fuck is Faline? Alright, Mudslicker. So Faline is wifey.
When I first fell...
Oh, sexy boat. Why are these sexy boats are looking new?
She's over there going... When I first fell and I looked at my ankle, my foot said...
Put user in time.
I think I lost the power in it. You guys don't even realize until I realized what was happening. I was finally in tune with myself and I was able to stand up, I don't know how, through all the adrenaline and walk home. I was not too far from home. I was literally just down the street. Like
I still find it weird that she was recording herself, to be entirely honest. Just because, like, in Ambi's content, are we seeing a lot of her nighttime walks before the Danglefoot incident? That's a theory.
It was nothing. So it's not... My ankle wasn't, like, dangling off of my body. It was just, like, when I first fell and I really hurt my freaking ligaments. Stop laughing.
You have the best question.
Yeah, Jackie, that's my general understanding of it, apart from some, like, major metropolitan areas, which is why I'm very, like, I consider myself very grateful to be in a major city in Australia.
Is that the best?
But Australia as a whole, like, getting around, if you don't drive, can be very challenging.
Okay, you won the best question award according to Faline. That's literally what happened. My ligament said,
Yeah, wifey is Jade/Alex/Faline. It's a whole thing. We get into it.
what? I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't like dangling off of my freaking leg. It was just, it didn't have any, like my muscle said, nope, not working today. I don't know how else to
Claudio,
describe it, but
hello.
it happened, okay?
The Faline thing is ridiculous. The long and short of it, just in case I talk over it or don't acknowledge it, is that it went from Amber to Ambi to Bambi, and then Ambi is a big fan of Disney, clearly, and she was like, oh, you call me Bambi? Okay, you're my Faline, because Faline is Bambi's partner in Bambi, which we just learnt reading off the Disney Wikipedia.
Adrenaline really,
Well, the fan wiki.
it gets you. You're like, I'm literally in the middle of the grass. It's nighttime, and I have to get up because I was like, Faline is not going to see me like this. She's not going to help me up. I'm not going to allow it to happen. So all my adrenaline and fear and stuff, it really does like get you going. I promise. Like if you're ever in that type of situation, you'll know. If you know type of situation. What
If you fall down and get back up again, you know.
is one time that you were trolling that your audience does not know that you were trolling? That is a good question.
I'm glad
I don't know. I'm thinking hard because 9 times out of 10,
It's mostly in the reaction, to be fair.
when I troll, you guys know I troll. But what it is you guys think I'm trolling when I'm not.
Oh, God. Whatever.
That's where we have an issue. And also, this brings me to another topic of like, people are like, how are we supposed to take your health seriously or the things you're saying seriously when you've done nothing but troll?
It's true.
Trolling is a character.
Okay.
That's just a character. That's just for funsies.
I'm sorry, what happened to the gal who sits here every other day saying, this is raw, this is real, this is me, this is who I am, you can't judge me, this is my life. You're being fatphobic. You're being cruel, you're bullying. How are any of those things applicable to you playing a character? Mary, come on now. Pull the other one.
It's for whatevs. It's for, let's have a little like low-key drama, the real deal. Like there's a real side of me that I also give you guys. I don't just sit here and troll all day. I feel like we need to learn how to separate the two. Trolling will forever be a thing. She doesn't come over often. She doesn't visit as much, obviously. But we need to just learn that just because someone trolls and creates a character for themselves doesn't mean that like the real things that happen in their life or the real side of them isn't like valid or shouldn't be accepted, if that makes sense. Because trolling is just for funsies. Like, it's just for funsies. But I honestly cannot think of a time where I trolled and you guys didn't know, because you guys know. When you going to realize ER is not your general practitioner? Never thought it was.
I'm acting.
Still don't think it is. The times that I've
That
been
was for you, Elle. Don't know if you caught that.
to the ER recently was because I was directed to go there. I was told to go there by doctors. First time was my doctor's office. Second time was the people who gave me a CT scan and the radiologist. I didn't choose to go there. It's not where I wanted to be, trust me.
Sorry, I'm having trouble following any of this because I just stopped giving a shit. What?
Which brings me to the next question.
Okay.
Why don't you utilize a primary care
No worries.
doctor to track your health instead of being mad at a triage team?
That's a really good question.
What?
What? What are you talking about?
Excuse me?
Excuse me.
I do have a primary care doctor. I literally,
Uh-huh.
if you guys go back to that little era in the beginning of the year, literally a year ago almost, where I did mukbangs, there was one mukbang dedicated to the fact that I got a doctor. I was talking about my doctor, how I loved my doctor, how she like wanted to discuss my weight, which was rare for doctors that I've had.
Sorry, just sprained my eyes, rolling them into the back of my head.
I have
they
the same doctor. Still, to this day. All these people think I've been having like a doctor for only like a week now. No, go back to those old videos. Same doctor. It took me a while to get a doctor because I wasn't truly taking my health as seriously as I could. But like I said in the beginning,
But again, going to the ER every other month to solve some problem that was going on. Yep.
of the year,
But also all of this after everything that happened surrounding the cancer discussion as well. Yep. Okay.
a little bit towards the end of last year, like I just started taking myself more seriously in every aspect. You guys
Did you? Sorry, this is actually painful.
might not see it. It's fine. But I know because I'm with myself 24/7. I know my brain. I know my mind. I'm 31. I've been myself for 31 years. I know the how
Except when you're acting on camera, allegedly.
I used to be versus how I am now. It's
My eyes are dangling. Snarky, yes.
completely different. I do have a doctor. I have a primary care doctor who does track my health, who I see, and I'm not mad at a triage team. I'm not mad at the
You seemed pretty mad at the triage team.
ER. I am trying my hardest to be patient.
Your expectations of the professionals in the ER were perhaps out of touch.
I understand that they're not there to diagnose fully. Sometimes they don't know. And I think it's fair that if you don't know what's wrong with someone, say that.
Ooh, she give an attitude.
Say that.
Ooh.
Don't assume.
Ooh. Ooh.
Or don't just say the easiest thing that you can say. People have...
Yeah, that's definitely what was on the ER professional's mind. Yes, I see all of these issues here. They're not life-threatening currently, and I can do nothing for you, so I'm going to give you a recommendation to go and speak to your healthcare professional. Probably go and get these tests. There's possible diagnoses for you. Please leave. Ooh, the attitude. Take it back. Ooh, swarm. Ooh.
At the ER. I am trying my hardest to be patient. I
Yes, Lottie, I would love to go back to explaining books poorly. Yes.
understand that they're not there to diagnose fully. Sometimes they don't
Fully.
know. And I think it's fair that if you don't know what's wrong with someone, say that. Say that. Don't assume.
Yes, because that's what ER professionals are worried about. They're worried about looking the fool for giving you potential incorrect diagnosis. Yes, that's exactly what's on their mind instead of saving humans' lives or anything like that. Okay.
Or don't just say the easiest thing that you can say. People
Say the easiest thing you can say. Okay, Amby. All right, cool. I hope no one who works in that ER ever sees this because they deserve the world being healthcare professionals, and maybe you should take them like a box of donuts or something nice instead of talking shit about them on your channel.
have been misdiagnosed before. It is common. It happens. I understand a large part of you hate me, but don't...
Okay, tying all of those things together, I see you, Shady Lynn. Look, at the end of the day, do misdiagnoses happen? Yes, absolutely. Do people get given potential diagnoses that can't be confirmed without specific imaging or testing? Yes, every fucking day. And that's why they're told to go and follow up with their healthcare professionals because you're taking up a bed in an ER that you do not need to, Miss Mary, ma'am. You sprained your ankle and you pulled a muscle. Or tore a ligament, apparently. She healed through that mighty quick considering the lipedema. No. They are there to say, hi, these things might be wrong with you. You can leave now. Bye. It is not a life-threatening injury. You can still walk? Great. Please leave the bed so that I can get, like, this motorcycle accident in here. Because that's a person whose life actually needs saving. You do not need my full attention right now. This is potentially what's wrong. Go and get it checked up in a place that isn't a fucking emergency room. You nincompoop. Ooh, she making me mad.
Invalidate what I'm going through. This actually brings...
Here for the show, misdiagnosis was absolutely the drag name that I thought of during this stream. Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Misdiagnosis. Coming into the very underrated gem of Britney's Toxic. Yes.
me to my next question as well, which
Possibly Love Machine. For different reasons.
was you were not misdiagnosed. I know that's not a question, but I do
It's a statement, but glad you are choosing to answer this question.
find this statement to be rather frustrating because I feel like it's coming from a lot of people who have no idea what they're talking about. So just in the last month, I have been misdiagnosed twice. When you are diagnosed with something, that is a diagnosis. If you leave the ER...
When you are given a potential diagnosis, it's in the fucking name. It's a potential diagnosis. If you go into the ER and you say, my muscle hurts, and they say, well, we're not wasting a whole heap of expensive machinery and time on your potentially pulled shoulder muscle, so here's some painkillers. Get out of the bed and leave, please. Talk to your doctor. Oh, my ankle hurts. Great. Is it broken? No. Do we need to do an x-ray? Maybe. Did they even x-ray the ankle about a break? I can't remember that ever being spoken about. Oh, it's a torn ligament? Okay, great. Keep it patched. Keep it iced. Elevate it. Take some painkillers. Speak to your doctor if things get worse. Please leave the ER. More important people are coming through here than you. I'm sorry if that's rude. She has no idea what the phrase potential means. And even if she's going to sit here and say, well, they gave me a diagnosis. Okay, great. They made an assumption based on what you were saying. But they didn't give me a CT scan. No, they wouldn't have at the fucking ER. Mary. It was a misdiagnosis. Regardless whether or not it was a potential, a partial, a whole ass diagnosis, it doesn't matter. Every piece of advice I imagine she would have received from anybody in an emergency room would have been, please follow up with your doctor. God, she is. The ER is tired. I mean, I'm tired of watching this. The ER is doubly so. Yes, triply so. They're actually doing important things.
Or if you leave a doctor's appointment or anything like that with a diagnosis.
Yeah, doctor's appointment and an ER visit are two very different things. Nincompoop.
That is a diagnosis.
Oh, I missed a milestone. I'm sorry. Who did I miss? Angel, hello. Thank you for being here for 6 months, my friend. I appreciate it. Angel says hi. Hi! Thank you for the support, mate. Appreciate you.
Period. So when I first went to the ER because my doctor's office told me to go.
Ali, thank you for the super chat as well. Ali says ALR's whole channel is her hearing things wrong and insisting she was told something else. You're not wrong. That's it. That's what the last 10 years have been. Oh, 100% Ali, and her definitely like cherry picking advice and living life to suit her. And look, who can begrudge? Who can begrudge living an entire life to be happy, right? She doesn't seem very happy. At the end of the day, she's never taken her healthcare seriously. She's gonna yell and scream and stomp her feet that the ER didn't do absolutely everything that they could potentially do. This is the same conversation about like the UTIs and the like bladder infections and all of that stuff. It's like, gal, your audience was legitimately screaming at you for years, like at least a year in full, potentially 2 years, to go and see a gynecologist. You never did. And you just expected the ER to be able to, like, look you up and down and be like, yep, well, we know exactly what's wrong with you. Again, a pulled muscle, a torn ligament in the foot, relatively, like, easy things to be like, yes, that's probably what it is. A fucking, like, mass on your lung and lipedema, I'm doing it now, are not going to be diagnosed in an ER. Jesus.
I left the ER with a pulled muscle diagnosis, period. Got medicine for it.
Yeah, great, because you probably went in and told them exactly what you told us. Ow, my shoulder hurts. Ow, my neck hurts. It feels like they pulled a muscle. And they would have looked at you and said, why are you here? Why did you wait 4 hours in the waiting room to see a doctor? Well, I had chest pains as well. Where'd that story go? That story went nowhere. Wasn't she saying she had chest pains? Potential chest pains? So that led to the ER because it could have been something to do with her heart. And it turns out it wasn't a pulled muscle, which is what she communicated alongside the ER professionals, and instead turned out to be a potential mass in her lung. It's also confusing and just stupid. Jackie, thank you for being here for 3 months, mate. I appreciate it. Jackie says, oh my God, just figured out how to send this. You sent it. It's only been 3 months. It's fine. Thanks for the message, Jackie. I appreciate the support.
Got paperwork for it, period. And then later...
Oh my God. She is so dislikable in this moment.
A few days later, from a doctor, I got a partial collapsed lung diagnosis, period. There's paperwork.
Again...
There's online paperwork. There's physical paperwork. A diagnosis was made twice over the same thing, two completely different diagnoses.
Weird that diagnosis was made and then you had to get a secondary follow-up scan. She's going to tell us about that in a minute, though.
That were misdiagnoses. I was misdiagnosed.
Welcome to the stage.
It wasn't you might have, or there is a possibility of. No.
Oh, that makes sense, Sponge, and that's really gross.
It was, you have a pulled muscle. It was, you have a partially collapsed lung, which they use some scientific word for it.
Yeah, they may have also used a scientific word that said may. You may have.
But then dumbed it down for me. Partially collapsed lung.
Or she was misdiagnosed with a partially collapsed lung. Whatever. Can you have a mass on your lung and have a partially collapsed lung? Two things can often be right at once, Amby. Who the hell knows? You don't know.
A lot of rumors. Like I said, can't do these comments anymore. Can't do these reaction channels anymore. Can't do...
Jackie, same brain.
Do it for right now. Because there's a lot of people saying, she was never diagnosed. She's not listening to doctors. She's not using her common sense. She's not rational. She's not reliable. What? You guys don't know me outside of this camera. You guys do not know that side of me. You guys have never gone to a doctor's appointment with me. You guys have never heard me talk to health professionals. You guys
Actually,
have never
funnily enough, in the piece of content before this, we were at the doctor's. Not like in the doctor's, but we were at the doctor's.
Me see a doctor. You guys have never seen me in an ER room. You guys have never heard me talk to a doctor about my symptoms. Nothing. You cannot sit there and assume, based on biased reasons, because you dislike me and you see me...
You bring your medical history to the internet, and we all kind of side-eye all of that because you are often super vague, borderline, just... nincompoopery. That's the phrase I'm trying to find.
as someone on camera, you cannot assume that that's the way I am off of camera. I understand why you would, but that's not how it is. When I am talking to a professional, I'm listening.
Are you? You super listened to that doctor about lipedema, right?
I'm asking questions.
Lipedema and how you pronounce it. How you would have heard it from a doctor. Lipedema.
I'm engaging.
Lipedema.
I'm trying to understand. And I do not leave until I understand. I don't just come up with this information on my own. Nothing like that. I am not mad.
You seem a little mad.
At misdiagnoses because it happens. I am having a very...
Diagnoses. Diagnoses. I think that's the one.
Weird situation happen. It's very random symptoms that seem very much correlated with a pulled muscle. It does. As for the partially collapsed lung, you can't see everything on an x-ray. That is why I requested a CT scan. I did that.
Did you?
They didn't tell me get a CT scan. Muscle. It does. As for the partially collapsed lung, you can't see everything on an x-ray.
Right. If you can't see everything on an x-ray, then your doctor would have suggested, oh, I don't know, a different form of imaging to see what was going on, right? No? No? Right?
That is why I requested a CT scan. I did that. They didn't
You did that.
tell me get a CT scan. I talked to my doctor and I said, I want a CT scan. And so she referred me because
Chat, I could never... Look, I am a layperson, and medically, that is not what I know. I don't know much. I know bad books and how to talk poorly about them. I can't imagine being given an x-ray and being such a medical professional, being like, well, you can't tell everything from an x-ray. Doctor, line me up a CT scan. That's weird. Oh, well. Megan, thank you very much for being here for 13 months, my friend. I appreciate it. Megan says, no, that's a big word, can go away without treatment. Okay, let me try and pronounce it. Atelectasis. Lectasis? Atelectasis. Atelectasis. It's one of those. Atelectasis. It's a big word. Thank you very much for being here for 13 months. And yeah, possibly the x-ray was fuzzy. I don't know. It could have been anything. She might have had a magnet on her. Who knows? Or she was misdiagnosed. But I can't believe for a second Ambi sat there and was just like, no, this x-ray isn't telling me everything. I need a full scan. Now. Stat.
she was listening to me. She did not bring it up first. I did. When that CT scan, when they saw something, that is when they said, more needs to happen. That is when they said, we need another CT scan of other parts of your body. I just hate so much that people are twisting my words, twisting my story, twisting my...
Whatever. If people are going to believe you, they're going to believe you. I'm going to sit here and doubt every single thing you say because you've lied before.
Experiences.
And, you know, fool me once, all of that.
Because you guys are biased based on who I am. That is becoming...
I don't like you, so I don't trust you. Well, both of those things can be true.
Highly frustrating when I am being vulnerable.
Oh my God. Boo-hoo.
I am sharing every single ounce of information that I am...
Weren't you just sitting on this stream telling us, or piece of content, telling us that you're an actor? You're a paid actor? How do we know this is true? Or false? Or vulnerable? Or real? Or raw? You guys, fuck. You're acting. Troll-in's an act. This feels very much like an act. Acting!
Receiving with you guys. Of course, you guys can say that's your fault, that you're doing. You don't have to do that. I want to do that because this is something that I'm going through and it's really serious and there might be someone else out there going through the same thing. I know when I went through my uterine cancer journey, I wish I would have documented more because you guys wouldn't believe how many people have reached out to me and said they went to a gynecologist because of me.
I mean, I encourage that. I think that everything that we watch should inspire and motivate us to take care of ourselves 100% down. It doesn't like, just because other people are receiving good inspiration from it doesn't necessarily mean that, like, everything in the lead up to all of that was just horrible for Amber. It was terrible. But unfortunately, again, she just didn't go and see a doctor. That's what it boiled down to. She kept going back to the ER, being told, no, it's a bladder infection, no, it's UTI, whatever, but didn't actually go and see a professional. And this is like the message of this entire goddamn thing, is stop relying on emergency care workers in all realms to fix the problems that you could take an hour out of your very busy day. Again, remember that this is Ambi's career. And speak to a healthcare professional. she's very, very lucky. There are millions of people out there who don't have access to healthcare, who don't have the time to be seeing healthcare professionals. Say what you want, but Ambi's not got a lot on during the day from everything we understand to not be able to take care of herself. Apart from the Legos, I guess. Anyway.
I love that. I hate that it was such a sad story on my end for other people to be inspired, but sometimes that's what it takes. It's just the rumors. It got to stop. It truly does have to stop, because that
I think it was an MRI that was the conversation about it being too small, I think.
is why I'm putting a wall up, and I'm trying so hard to beat down the wall, because I don't want there to be a wall in between us. Like, I want to enjoy. I want to come on here. I want to feel free. I know there's going to be people who speculate.
Do you know what the weirdest thing is? This is all pre-recorded as well. Like, she's not actually engaging with anyone. She's just talking to a camera. She's just talking to a camera.
There's going to be rumors, but when it's majority of my audience, it's overwhelming, especially because of what
Caitlin, very that, yes.
I'm going through.
Very that.
And I just need y'all to like tame it down a little bit. Like, I understand it's never going to stop, but it's just a lot. It's truly a lot. Do you like Taylor
Yeah, use GPs, not ERs. That's perfectly said, Rosie.
Swift? I feel like she's overrated. People are going to attack me. The Swifties are going to come for me, but I just feel like she's overrated. Her lyrics are meh. Her voice is meh. She's very beautiful. It's all just meh for me.
Wow. Imagine being read The House Down Boots by Amberlynn Reid.
Sorry? Question mark.
Pour one out for Swifty.
But I will say, her song False God, that's an amazing song. I'm going to give her props to that. I do love that song. Thoughts on Taco Bell nacho fries? That's a yes for me. And if you guys are talking about like the fries that you dip in the cheese, like that's fine, that's cool. But if they like do the Supreme nachos again with the fries.
Okay, yo, she's got all of that to say about Taylor Swift, but now she's about to tell you the Taco Bell hacks. But remember, we're on low carb now.
Sorry?
Weren't you meant to be on low carb here? This was the 21st. Yeah, you already spoke about the lipedema specialist here. I'm assuming the advice was go low carb immediately. She said from the 21st. Anyway, no, tell us all about the Taco Bell hacks.
Question mark. But I will say, her song False God, that's an amazing song. I'm going to give her props to that. I do love that song. Thoughts on Taco Bell nacho
NS has a good point. Remember, she picks these questions.
fries? That's a yes for me. And if you guys are talking about like the fries that you dip in the cheese, like that's fine, that's cool.
It's that, like the one Swifty song that I love. T Swifty. Get Swifty. That's not her song. Is the Romeo Juliet one. That's super catchy. Gets stuck in my head all the time. It's got a really like easy melody.
But if they like do the Supreme nachos again with the fries, say no to the beef, okay? Add steak instead,
Okay.
and then get jalapenos. You'll never
Steak, jalapenos, and nachos. Is that the hack?
want to eat anything else again. So good.
I doubt that. Hang on. She's going full Mariah. Hold on. Hold the phone.
And then get jalapenos.
Oh, it's called Love Story. Sarah, I keep forgetting. Look, I forget the names of things. That's me.
You'll never want to eat anything else again.
Okay.
So good.
Are you all ready? Ambi's going to dazzle and amaze us with her vocal talents after shitting on Taylor Swift. Yes, queen, work. Okay, great. We're just going to take that back to good reality time.
Sing it, baby.
Ma'am, have you thought about doing something different to your hair? I know you wanted to before. How long have I been saying that I want to do
We have fun here. Hey, George, good to see you.
something different
Or future George, I guess.
with my hair? I honestly think
No, past George? Past George.
it's been like 5+ years, and I still feel that way. Like, I want to cut it, I want to dye it. I want a whole new moment. I feel like it'll like really change how I am like mentally and
I
emotionally.
missed the question. What?
I know that like hair changes or like tattoo changes or new piercings can really change someone's mentality, and I want that, but there's something stopping me. I don't
Oh, it was a question about fucking hair, wasn't it?
really know what it is. I fear maybe of like cutting my hair, and like I don't know. I love my hair, but I also hate it. It's like a love-hate relationship. I'm pretty sure I know what I want done to my hair, and
We have spoken about Ambi's new hairstyle for legitimately years. It's been years.
I think I'm just afraid that it's not going to look good on me. But then again, if it doesn't, I could just wear it up in a bun
Pixie cut.
like I always do.
Do it.
Favorite song at the moment? Either
Or the Velma, the bob with the fringe.
Under the Influence by Chris Brown or TV by Billie Eilish. I literally love them both. Favorite podcast,
Great, thanks for sharing.
H3 podcast. Like, there is
Oh god, I can't...
nothing else like it. They are on top of it. Multiple.
What do you do during the day? What do you do? Sitting here talking about the Mole television series and H3 podcast. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Amby, what do you do with your days? That's the question I would have asked. Amber, what does a typical day for you look like? Well, you know, I get up and I usually watch some Grey's Anatomy, and then I just scroll. I like do my thing. I just, there's so many shows, so many good shows to watch. So I'll get up, I'll make some really shitty bacon and eggs. Then I'll just I'll just get cozy and I'll watch some TV, and then, I'll probably listen to a podcast or two. Have you heard of Frenemies? And then we'll make lunch. Being bad today, gonna order in, get some Taco Bell. Yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, have you heard about this taco hack? Taco Bell hack specifically. And then, Faline and I we're just having a cute little date night. So we're just watching a movie. We're just going to watch a movie, maybe 2 movies. Probably going to order in for dinner. And then, that's, take Twinkie for a walk and just read through my comments and get mad that people aren't suffering under my gaslighting. And watch reaction channels. Yeah, that's the one, Elle. Anyway, sorry, Amby.
Podcasts a week for hours on end. There's a lot of people on the podcast, so it has this really cool dynamic. They talk about entertaining things. They make me...
She has more to say about this than her favorite author, who I've already forgotten the name of. VC Andrews. There we go. Chat, in a week's time, I hope she answers the same question of who her current favorite author is. I hope she entirely forgets that she mentioned VC Andrews.
Laugh. It's good. I love it. I love the energy. How far behind are the vlogs? They're actually not behind at all. I am caught up. I have been caught up since the whole ankle thing happened.
I'm also keeping an eye out for red roses in these questions.
I will say that I prefer to be ahead of the ball game. I prefer to have quite a few videos scheduled, ready to go for you guys. That's the way I prefer it. So coming the new year, the January moment, I think we're gonna go back to a little pre-recorded moment, because I like to have stuff scheduled. I want to go back to uploading every other day and being on top of it, because I did that for almost a year until my ankle said no. So I wasn't able to do that. But as for now,
I feel like this ankle situation type of deal is just the linchpin of her currentness.
And for the rest of the year, it's going to be current, because I am going to be doing Vlogmas, even if it's so boring.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
We're still doing it. What's your current favorite thing to order online currently, food-wise? So from the Uber Eats moment?
Literally all you're talking about is takeout food.
Are we talking about on track, off track? Let's just make it funsies, and we're going to say off track. I love me a large root beer from Sonic. A medium cherry slushy from Sonic.
Are you getting 2 drinks in this Uber Eats order? 2 drinks is 1 drink too many, in my humble opinion. But 2 drinks is a lot.
So that's 1 order. That's on its way, okay?
Alright, so we're getting root beer and cherry slush.
But then...
Hold on, wait. You're paying double delivery? Couldn't you just order Sonic?
Over here, we have another order coming our way, and that's the food. You guys?
Why don't you just order from the same place? Then you get it all at once. You don't pay double delivery. Or just cook at home. That's also a great option.
Go to Pizza Hut.
Oh my God.
Pizza Hut melts. They're dangerous and they're good. I get the pepperoni.
She's gonna do super well on keto, you guys. Super well. So well. So good. So well. So good.
I take out some of the pepperoni because I'm more so like a pepperoni liker. It's too much pepperoni.
Well, AC, I can't lie. I've got 2 drinks in front of me pretty much all the time. But ordering them, I understand a soda and a water or something if you're on the go. But 2 actual separate flavored beverages seems weird.
Pepperoni.
Hey, Milk Tea. Good to see you. We have done a lot of talking. How are we at 3 hours already? Oh, dear.
So I just take a little bit out. But you guys, oh my God. I take the ranch from my fridge. I dip it in the ranch. It is so good.
So wait, are you telling me you get cheesy pepperoni slidery things from Pizza Hut and dip it in ranch dressing? Again, this keto diet is going to do super well.
So bad for you though, so don't come hollering at me. But 10 out of 10, recommend. The Pizza Hut melts is what they're called.
What the fuck is a Pizza Hut?
So good. Will you ever do Cameo again? Honestly, I don't know. I love Cameo. I'm still on Cameo. I just have it turned off so people can't request anything.
Pizza Hut melts. What the hell is this? It's a sandwich made of pizza. It's an open-faced... No, not open-faced. It's an open-edged calzone. So it's pizza with topping, and then it's topped with more crust, and then it looks like Parmesan stuff. Pizza Hut has launched a new dish called Melts, being marketed as a party of one meal. Unlike traditional pizzas, Melts offer individual eaters the chance to enjoy a slice or two without having to order a whole pie. Except I imagine they've probably got the entire calories of a whole pie. Jesus. Oh, God. They're like, it's kind of like a Jaffa. It's like a sandwich, but it's made of pizza dough and filled with pizza fillings. So not like a triangle calzone, but it's open on the edges. This is a lot. Just order a pizza. Order a pizza and fold it in half. 2 slices, fold it in half. That's essentially what it is. Except it's sealed on one edge. Zach describes food badly.
Because I just feel like I'm doing a disservice by being...
Zora, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it, Zora. Good evening. Zora says, when do you sleep, Zach? Whenever I can find the time, Zora. I bees a lot. I catch the sleep where I can. Oftentimes, this mild irritability that comes out is a lack of sleep, which sucks because I know for recovery I really should be sleeping more, especially with the lifting heavy stuff. It's okay. I find the time. It's fine. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.
This sort of like weird headspace. I just feel like I need to be more energized and...
It's pizza in a different form, essentially.
Happier in myself to be sending off videos that you guys are paying for. It's a little bit different when it comes to YouTube because like, hi, you guys aren't paying for it.
Oh, really, Milk? I've been seeing conversations about the Dower Books trial. I kind of wanted to get into it. And then Ambi uploaded an hour-long vlog. So, well, Q&A. Let's call it what it is.
For this is just free content for y'all. But the fact that you guys are paying for me to like communicate and some of you like want life advice and right now I
never want life advice.
I can't even give myself advice. So it's like, and then some of you want like...
This is giving big, like, the opposite attitude of people want to listen to me and my perspective on politics.
Pep talks. I'm just like, I can't even pep talk myself. So I need to just get in a better headspace and then you will definitely find me on Cameo again. But as of right now, I just don't think I can do it. I just want to give you guys the best of me on Cameo because if you're paying for it, then I want you to get...
I saw clips of it and I was just like, this guy seems really rude. I do not like this guy.
What you're paying for. Will you ever bring back a live stream era? I want to be a stream queen. Honestly, I want to be a stream queen again too. Live stream era will never be a thing ever again. But when
it's a shame. I feel like you could do it like once a month.
When it comes to live streams in general, I always flirt with the idea. I'm not gonna lie. I'm always like, should I do a random one monthly or should I like surprise them and just like pop in?
You should like harken back to your age-old content where you have a wine and live stream because those were interesting times.
I always think of this. Like, it's in my head a lot, but something stops me. And I think it's because I get overwhelmed. I know people are gonna be coming for me for who knows what, something that happened 17 years ago. So
Ellie, you're not wrong.
It's like, yes, I do want to...
What went down in ALR Town? Why has that got a 3-hour-long live stream? Let me tell you about books.
I want to go live streaming. I want to go live streaming. I love it. I love being a stream queen. It's still up in the air, though. I don't know. Have you ever given a girl flowers? I have. I've only given one girl flowers. It was my most recent ex.
God, why do you keep talking about Becky? I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. We have fun here. It's a joke.
That's funny.
Yeah? Is it? You said you don't do flowers.
I don't care.
You want me to get you flowers?
Give me some flowers.
Really?
Hell yeah.
I'll get you flowers.
Give me some flowers.
All right. Yes, I got an ex flowers. It was for our 1-month anniversary until I realized they're not really a flower type of moment, type person, type deals, type situation.
Oh my God. It's okay, Zach. You've only got 10 minutes left of this. Oh, that one hurt.
What? Tell me how you really feel.
1 month.
Yep.
And in over a year, I haven't even got to blade grass.
Do you still find the same enjoyment creating YouTube?
Also, I'm not a big fan of flowers. I personally prefer giving plants because that way they have the potential to live and not just die. Depending on the person, but I also think it's a more thoughtful gift. Flowers are pretty, but, you know, plants are not just for Christmas.
Content like you did at the very start. So I kind of feel like I talked about this, but it's hard to enjoy something as much when there's so much negativity around it. If there wasn't so much, then yes, I would absolutely still enjoy it, if not more, to be honest. I think I just find it really hard to be myself, while in the past, it was
I'm saying flowers aren't plants. Something like that, Sarah.
a lot easier because there wasn't as many eyes on me, there wasn't as many rumors, and there wasn't as many just like aggressive people. There's just a lot of aggression involving my YouTube channel, and
Who's being aggressive? What's going on?
that's not enjoyable. I don't find that to be enjoyable. When I try to be positive, people try to bring me down, And then when I try to defend myself, they're like, oop, we were right all along. There's her true colors. No.
Oh.
When people get angry or when people get hurt, they show a side of them that isn't always them. It's a side of them that is angry. It's a side of them that is hurt. And sometimes that's validated. Do you have a Halloween costume? I do. I have 2. It's nothing special. It's nothing crazy.
Hermione Granger.
Don't get your
Do you remember when you pretended to like Harry Potter? That was iconic.
guys' hopes up, but I will be wearing them if they fit. I haven't even tried them on yet. You have $10 to spend at a gas station for road trip snack.
Elle is screaming that she's been watching Chantal. You think?
What you getting? I'm getting beef jerky. Beef jerky is expensive, so I might be able to get a caffeine-free Diet Coke or a water. What instrument would you like to be able to play? The bass.
Okay, work. It seems like you have all the time in the world. Maybe you could learn to play that instrument?
It's that simple. I would love to be able to just like get my bass guitar out and just like go at it and just
Just do it.
sound like a queen. How often
I mean, I encourage this. Go for it. Again, Ambi's got all the time in the world.
do you clean the cat's litter box? So between the 2 of us, it is cleaned daily, but it's like deep cleaned once a week. And does anyone else's cat see? Wasabi doesn't do this, but Rarity, every time we clean it, here she comes. We're not even done scooping the last little turd pebble. And she's like, oh, let me use
You lose the name Turd Petal. No, Pebble? Petal? Turd Petal. I think that's better.
it. I'm just like, ma'am. Okay, wait, I have a
Oh boy, I'm starting to lose it.
question for you. If you could ask one thing to all the reaction channels, what would you ask?
Oh, that's me!
What?
Are you being genuine?
Am I being genuine? Y'all, I have a confession to make. I am 100% this foolish in real life. I am this loud. I am this critical. I am this laugh at my own joke energy. Big dad jokes. Often distracted. Never focused. Never remember names, faces, events, dates. I'm pretty bad at that. Yes. No, it's all... You're getting what's on the box here.
Are you being genuine?
I genuinely don't know the plot of Twilight. There were other vampire kids adopted by Dr. Vampire Dr. Face. No, that's Interview with the Vampire that I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Kirsten Dunst's little Don't Wreck My Hair vampire. You know, that one. And Louis, she falls in love with Louis. Oh, I haven't read Anne Rice, but I have seen Interview with a Vampire at least twice all the way through. And the other one with the rock band. God damn it.
Are these your actual thoughts? Or are you
No, it's not Interview with the Vampire, it's the other one.
also playing a character on?
The other one.
Like, I know you have your troll win. You put your character on, you do your thing.
Oh, so she is acting. Okay, she's acting and she's not acting. It's not Lost Boys.
And then
Queen of the Damned, thank you. Thank you, name. I appreciate it.
Is it the same with them?
Right. So I asked Faline this question because I was curious what she would ask because
Okay.
she knows all about the reaction channels, trust me.
Hi, Faline. Hi. Cute Disney nickname you guys gave each other there. Nice to not meet you.
And her question is, are you guys genuine?
I'll speak for myself. Again, it's all on the box. Do you all think I could hide this foolishness in reality? I mean, I do my best, but it's skin deep.
Because she has heard me watch reaction channels in the past, and sometimes they just sound dumb. It's like, are you really that dumb? Like,
Oh, wow, rude. Okay. Well, fuck you too. Look, I'm not the brightest bulb in the shed. I like to think that some of my arguments have a point. I'd like to think that some of my arguments and my theories and my discussions specifically around being inspired and motivated to be a better person have some kind of poignancy to them. I wouldn't necessarily call myself smart, but I'm not stupid enough to be doing a lot of what's going on here. I guess.
do you
I have a different type of intelligence.
actually think this way, or is it like a character because you know that this is what your channel is?
Hell, shady. Elle has a note to say, to be fair, you should watch yourself back trying to explain the Geomancer book. I'm not that dumb. But okay. Having a bad memory and being dumb are two different things. Oh no.
It's like, are you really that dumb? Like, do you
Stop it.
actually think this way? Or is it like a character because you know
I'm a rude little dude and apparently dumb.
that this is what your channel is? Like, are you that nitpicky because you have to be?
No, I'm that nitpicky because I like stories. I don't know whether you all picked it up and I don't remember them 10 years down the line. But I like stories. I like narratives. I like things that actually make sense. And that's kind of the be-all, end-all big problem with Chantel's old content and Ambi's forever content, I guess, is that the things that she tells us doesn't make a lot of sense. And we feel gaslit and we feel blamed for misremembering things, and you'll keep making up all of these rumors, theories, accusations, and allegations, and at the end of the day, Ambi is not a trustworthy narrator, so yeah. I'm not dumb, you're just telling the story bad.
Are you that extra because you have to be?
No, it's fine. I know it was a joke.
Like, do you actually dislike Amberlynn that much? Mine would be if you found a job that you really, really wanted, like, more than anything, and that job went to your YouTube channel, sat down and watched all of your videos. Do you think that you would still get the job? Like, truthfully, especially if it is a job working with other people. Or when you think about your YouTube channel, does it make you happy? Are you proud of the work that you put in and the energy that you receive around your YouTube channel based on what you create? Winter is...
I think I am. I mean, I think I'm pretty proud at the discussions, the shenanigans that I host every other day. I mean, I think that I often look at, like, chat, for instance, or I look at my interactions with the audience and think, gosh, I'm very, very lucky that in this corner of the internet people decided to show me kindness and I'm really losing my words. I am getting tired. People and respect, and we're able to be, you know, a little bit lighthearted and filled with shenanigans and actually have a good time, considering the fact that we cover a lot of heavy topics, specifically with foodie at the moment. And Ambi stuff is just kind of supplementary and more of a catch-up in girl world, I guess. But yeah, at the end of the day, I consider myself extremely lucky to have found an audience who are respectful, into the shenanigans, aware that, like, we are literally watching entertainment, right? Like, this is just somebody's life on the other side of the planet. It's their reality, but at the end of the day, we're watching this for a laugh, for a good time, and not to take the things too seriously, and to try to kind of have fun with it. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of what we do here.
Coming up, is there anything you're looking forward to? So I was going to say Vlogmas, but winter isn't even until like the 21st of December or somewhere around them regards. And that's pretty much when Vlogmas is coming to an end. So for winter, honestly, the only thing I'm looking forward to is like starting a whole new year fresh. I love me a new year. I'm not looking forward to the snow. I'm not looking forward to the cold. I'm not looking forward to the ice. I'm not looking forward to anything like that. Like, I used to love me a winter moment. I think I hate it now. How much weight have you
How quirky. Okay.
lost?
It's okay, Zach. Breathe. 7 minutes.
In total, about 80 to 90 pounds. When do you have your CT?
Sorry, what? How much weight have you lost?
How much weight have you lost? In total, about 80 to 90 pounds.
I thought we were at 100 pounds. What is going on? I feel like... Okay. It depends on the day and how you ask that question, I guess. Because I specifically remember Ambi being like, over the course of my life, I've lost like thousands of... Oh, Jesus. Stupid memory.
When do you have your CT with contrast? It's actually scheduled for next week. I am
Great. We'll get health updates next week.
extremely nervous. They're doing the CT with contrast of my chest. So they're going to be able to see my lungs and my surrounding region. I am...
Oh, 80 pounds from highest? Oh, okay. That's what she means. Right. Gotcha. Thank you for the note.
extremely nervous. I hate that stuff you have to drink before. So gross, because that's what I had to do every 6 months of my abdomen because of uterine cancer. I hate having to drink that stuff, but this CT scan is absolutely needed, and they're going to be able to see like the nodule more. I'm hoping the fluid's not as bad. I'm hoping the nodule's gotten smaller. Just please, prayers, positivity. Just like, I need all of that good energy. Do you like sex toys?
Well, we really pivoted on the topics, huh? Glad I got through 51 minutes of content to discuss sex toys with Ambi.
Yes. And you know what?
Perfect.
I keep it simple pimple. I just love me a good vibrator, okay? If that vibe's right and it vibes fast, it does the job, you know? Do you blame
Fast vibes only, y'all. Fast vibes only.
nikocado for people not believing you had
Nobody wanted this answer. Nobody wanted this answer. Oh my god, it took 51 minutes for us to get to the literal topic in the title. Do you blame nikocado for people not believing you had cancer?
I do blame him to an extent, because once his trolling started happening regarding my health and my cancer, which is so morally just like disgusting, honestly, I noticed I was getting a lot more messages, comments of people.
Forgive my ignorance for the timeline because I don't cover Nick. For reasons. What?
People's disbelief. So I feel like he did play
Maybe I'm just entirely ignorant to everything that she's talking
a
about.
role, which is really
Possibly
unfortunate
that.
because you're impressionable. And I think it's also sad because him and I used to be like online frenzies, like just like sort of. And I did text him at one point about my cancer.
Oh, yes. Louisa, I agree. And MLM recruiting Ambi on this would be a plot twist. What is that one? Passion? No, hold on. I know the name of this thing. It is... Pure Romance. There we go. I knew it was something. Pure Romance. Yes. Ambi's the latest ambassador. Allegedly.
And it's just like for him to kind of turn on me in that way and be so impressionable to such a huge audience is just, it's kind of like mind-boggling because I didn't think he was that type of person.
That's what I thought, NS. Thank you for giving me some form of clarity there. NS says he didn't start trolling until long after her operation, I think. That I thought, like, surrounding the announcement from Ambi that Nick was just, like, eating food and clickbaiting, like, domestic abuse, which I don't say lightheartedly. That's the whole reason why I was just like, I can't with this. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know the timeline and won't pretend to know.
But yeah, I do blame him to an extent. How do you feel about the recent hate that you're getting? It makes me sad to see it. It also makes me sad to see it. That's why I'm not going to see it anymore. I can't do it right now. I don't know where it's coming from. I am not a perfect person. I currently, the only thing that's like controversial is like, hi, I'm a little bitchy towards reaction channels.
Hi. Yeah. Gathering that. Again, this 3-hour stream. Come on. Wake up, Zach.
A little bitchy towards haters. Like, who wouldn't be?
No, you do you, Ambi. Whatever. I'm not here to judge. I'm just watching my stories. You want to get mad about it, get mad about it.
You're coming up to me in person, treating me the way
Never come up to you in person. Don't you worry about that.
that these haters do, or treating me the way that these reaction channels do.
Mary, you're on the internet. The audience has a right to watch you and talk about and think whatever the hell they want about that content. Calm down. You don't get to tell people what they should be thinking.
Oh, I'm not going to kiss your feet. I'm not going to be nice to you. I'm probably going to react the same way. And I would expect anyone else to do the same. Like, I don't know where the hate comes from anymore. Like, y'all just...
What hate? I'm literally watching my stories and talking about it. I don't hate you, Amber. It's okay. It's fine.
just pulling it out of your asses at this point because...
Oh, okay. I mean, you did call me stupid before, but...
I got an attitude because y'all piss me off sometimes.
Who pissed in her porridge? Hey, Lottie, I see you. I need to go back on this. Who made her mad? Who upset her? How do you feel about the recent hate that you get? What recent hate? Drew. Yes, no, we'll make sure to ask how her ankle is if we ever bump into each other. Who's giving her hate? About what? Like, legitimately about what? She's very pissed off.
It also makes me sad to see it. That's why I'm not going to see it anymore. I can't do it right now. I don't know where it's coming from. I am not a perfect person.
I never meant to do those things to you. And so I have to say before I go that I just want you to know I found the reason for me. Sorry, Ampy, you lined that one up perfectly.
Currently...
The Reason Is You. That's the name of the song? Is that the one? It's The Reason Is You? By somebody.
only thing that's like controversial is like, hi, I'm a little bitchy towards reaction channels. I'm a little bitchy towards haters. Like, who wouldn't be? If you're coming up to me in person,
not coming up to you in person, don't worry.
Treating me the way that these haters do, or treating me the way.
What do you mean treating you the way? Like, we're just watching our stories. I won't speak for everybody. I'm just watching my stories. Why are you getting mad at me having a laugh at my shows? But it's my real life. Great. And this is my real life watching your real life. We can get as meta as you want about it.
That these reaction channels do.
I was Hooperstank. There you go. That's the reason by Hooperstank. See, I am very tired.
Oh, I'm not going to kiss your feet. I'm not going to be nice to you. I'm probably going to react the same way. And I would expect anyone else.
Okay, great. Sure. You start a reaction channel, Mary. See how you go.
To do the same. Like, I don't know where the hate comes from anymore.
A real life reaction channel.
Like, y'all just pulling it out of your asses at this point because I got an attitude because y'all piss me off sometimes. Like, I'm not going to lie. Anyone else would react the same way. You could be the best person in the world and you're still going to come off a little bitchy if you have constant just like harassment and rumors.
It's not harassment.
And just like every single day.
It might be rumors, speculation. It's not harassment. Collectively, we're talking about the product that you put out, which is monetized and produced YouTube bits. No one's going real life. Well, sorry, I'll speak for myself. I'm not going real life. I don't care. I'm giving you a click. I'm giving you a view, and I'm talking about it. Docky dock dock.
You know, there comes a time and a place where it's just like, okay.
That's fair, Elle. I have not subscribed either.
You know what? They're about to see my angry side. Like, even then, it's like...
Ooh, angry side. That's her secret cap.
It's not even that bad. Like, I'm not like this horrible, vindictive monster. I don't know where the hate comes from.
Who the fuck's painting you as a horrible, vindictive monster? Who? I need names, Amby.
Truthfully. And I can say that. Like, I can look you in the eyes and say that. I don't know...
You're looking in a camera screen, but sure.
Where the animosity, the anger, the aggression comes from.
Anger, aggression, animosity. Fabulous words. All starting with A. We'll go up with B next. Who's she talking about? Say their name. Exactly, say their names. Who's she talking about?
It's strong. It's a phenomenon.
Yes.
I will tell you. Would you get back with Destiny? So if Destiny and I were both single at the exact same time, and we lived in the same state, same city, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, who's mad? Who's angry? Not me. She seems to be.
I would not be with her again. We don't jive like that. Like, who she is as a person, I can't see myself being in a relationship with someone like that. We just don't want the same things in life, and I don't see her like that at all. Just none of it is a no. Is a no from me. And I'm...
Great, you chose to answer this question, and I don't know why.
More than positive is a no from her. Would I be her friend? Absolutely. I will be her friend. I can be her friend. I would be her friend. We don't really talk, but like relationship-wise, that will never, ever happen. Y'all?
Oh, Pack has a bracket comment about Destiny. Okay, I gotta read through the text. Oh, it'll be somewhere near the end, I hope. She still wouldn't get back with Destiny. Note, is it cause she dissed your soup? Is it cause she dissed the soup? Yes. The iconic taco soup. Was it taco soup that Amby was making for Destiny? Destiny kind of chat on it. That's exactly why I packed. Yes. And that's the type of shenanigans you're missing out on over on the Pulpy Syntax Discord server.
We are finally on the last question. Look at all that. And I highlighted.
Ooh, how are you feeling? I can't believe the number one question she went with. Ask Hush is doing. Do you play Skyrim? How's your mental health? Are you thinking of buying your pet any costumes? You could have fit costumes all on one word there, Mary. She's going to call me a hater for this. Would you get back with Destiny? Oh, she read these out of order. Or, rumor, speculation, and theoryism. She filmed this, answered all of the questions, and then edited the questions in a different order. Oh my god, what a content creator. Favorite song at the moment, Team Edward or Team Jacob? Or will you ever address the Gracie rumors? How do you rely on someone to do most? Why y'all gotta do... How hold on. Another theory and speculation. The way that she's written it makes me think that she's got a ruler on one side or like something else. Do you see that? Like she's kind of got She's got to got consistent space there. I mean, I live for the aesthetics of it. But me as a note taker, I'm to the edge, baby. Like, I don't believe in this. I don't know what the correct phrasing is, but where you like half a word and then hyphenate it and go to the next line. I don't believe in that. Cram that shit in. Just got to write smaller. It's fine. Or just like miss some of the curves. People will get it. It's not a problem. I should probably see a professional about some stuff. Who's Faline? Favorite podcast? You really seem like you're not happy doing YouTube. Sorry, I'm remembering all of the questions we've already had answers to. How far behind are the vlogs? Winter is coming. Yes. TV show. You were not misdiagnosed. The one line without a question. It's great. Oh, God. Okay. Anyway. Australia is a little bit chaotic when it comes to margins on a page. Yes. Well, at least for me. Just cram it in. It's fine.
The ones I asked. Who is Faline? Who the hell is Faline? So, my name's Amberlynn.
Yep.
Faline says, that's not your government. Your name's Amber.
Yep.
So, Faline started
It's Amberlynn Reid.
calling me Ambi.
Uh-huh. Which we have now collectively gathered, yes.
Turned into Bambi. And Bambi
I don't see the jump there.
falls in love with Faline. So, this is from
That's definitely the name of one of the chapters, Lottie, yes.
the movie Bambi. It's a Disney movie. I'm sure everyone's heard of it. But Bambi and Faline fall in love. She just started calling me Bambi, and I started calling her Faline.
Something like that, Tara, yeah.
And the whole wifey thing is just so over it. Like, at first it was funny, it was cute, it was quirky.
Uh-huh.
But then
Oh, there's an interesting bit here at the end, I think.
we both started hating it.
Can't promise that.
Or it was mainly me. Like, she didn't give a care. But I was like, I don't like this whole wifey thing. Like, I don't...
Oh, no, it was back during the flowers. Okay, so back during the flowers, wifey said, I've been with you for over a year and not received flowers. Does that confirm the fact that there weren't two girlfriends between... Like, there wasn't a girlfriend between Faline and Becky, right? Because I know that's been a big talking point. That's pretty much confirmation, right? That there wasn't, like, someone in between Faline and Becky. Great. Anyway, it's not important. It was just a thing that I was just like, wait, the narrative.
But, y'all, I just gave into it.
Which nickname? Faline? It's not, look, like, it's not...
Because that's what you guys called her. So I said, fine,
It's not a great sounding name.
I'm just going to cave and I'm just going to join in because, you know, I did start it. And then it's like
It's true, Addie. I can't be trusted with a pen.
constantly
I write better with pencils.
saying my girlfriend.
Something about the grip.
You guys were
Possibly the lead.
getting annoyed with that. And I was kind of getting annoyed with it. So I was like, wifey, 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 wifey. Because that's just like what you guys knew her by and what you guys were calling her. So I was like, fine. But then I realized like I hate it. So I was like, okay, well, I call her Faline. So...
I mean, I feel like you started calling her Faline like last week when you were watching Bambi or something. That's what this feels like. But, okay.
Why don't I just start doing that on YouTube too? So yeah.
Sure.
It's just Bambi and Faline. They fall in love. They're cute little deers. I don't know. It's just like a cute little thing that we do. So...
Excuse me, it's deer. My chat's yelled at me about that multiple times. It's stuck.
now you guys are part of the inside edition. I don't know what that meant. Wow, I have been talking for so long.
3 hours, 17 minutes.
How do I sell the voice? Okay, so according to my
It's fine, it's a talent, you grow used to it.
camera, this video
Marathon streams.
is an
Knowing my luck, I'm going to stop and then Foodie's going to go live and I have to make a choice.
hour and 24 minutes. Ma'am, an hour and 24 minutes. So
You've been talking for an hour and 24 minutes? God, that must be hard.
I'm going to see how much we cut down. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this Q&A. There'll never be one like it. There'll never be another one this long. This is crazy.
That's a lie. That's a goddamn lie. Let me pull up any of your past Q&As because they all run this same way.
Yet I'm still talking. Anyways, I'm going to go. I have a lot to edit. I hope that you guys did enjoy it. I do have makeup on my hands, so if you saw that, it's eyeliner. Anyways, who cares?
Not me.
I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye. Something like that, L. Chat, you've all been here for like 3 hours if you got to this point, or you just booped in. Hi. Thanks very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm definitely in need of sleep. Thanks. It's been great. Have a fabulous day. Hug your loved ones. Talk to your family. Friends? Family. Get some sleep where you can. Also, for those of you on the rewatch, hi. Thank you very much for being here. Nope. Thanks for getting here. I appreciate your comments, opinions, and eyeballs. As always, this is word salad. This is word sleepy salad. Yes. I'm gonna go. I need to go. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you all in the next video and or live stream.